Hello there, hello there, hello there everybody. How the devil are we all? I am exceptionally well. I thank you for asking. Hopefully you're enjoying this fine Tuesday evening, afternoon, whatever. If you're in Australia, you might already be in Wednesday morning because your time zone is unbelievably wrong. Just stupidly wrong. You're not even trying, Australia. Don't even get me started on New Zealand. I don't even fucking go there. Right. How are we all? Hopefully we're well. Mic check, Kev. What do you mean? The sound quality is messed up. I don't know what to do about that, really. Well, whilst I poke around with that, apologies for yesterday's abrupt ending to the stream. Oh, that's better. Oh, I'll tell you what it was then. Oh, apologies, right. Oh shit, can I even show you this on the camera? Right, so that, my microphone, right, it bends down like that. I can't really show you. The wire doesn't stretch long enough. Anyway, basically it folds down. So, when I fold it down at the end of the stream, I forget to fold it back up, right? So now it sounds shit, doesn't it? But, if I do that, it should be better now. Hey! Basic technical competence is something I lack. Fucking end me. Anyway, howdy doody to everybody. Now, like I say, apologies for the abrupt ending to yesterday's proceedings. The electricity flicked off again, which was very frustrating. So I was left without electricity for about an hour. The lights were fine. Again, it seems to have been the same problem that it was last time, which means it might not have been my neighbour last time, but maybe they did and they've just permanently fucked it up. I don't know. Either way, it's pretty fucking annoying. I think we can all fucking agree. So, so the electric went off. The lights were fine, so I just read a book. It was like living in the fucking dark ages. It was a nightmare. No internet, no telly. Disgusting. But, you know, I survived. So, that was nice. That was a nice aspect of it all. Anyway, so, what we're going to do is we're going to... no, not by candlelight. The lights were fine. It was the electrical sockets that went off. So, I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, what was I going to fucking say? Jesus Christ. Yes, so, we're going to try for a third fucking day in a row now to try and get this Keffals Xanderhal bullshit, absolutely worthless drama shite done. I mean, honestly, we're only doing it now out of annoyance on my part. Stubborn, bullheaded bullshit on my part that we are going to fucking complete this. By hook or by crook, if it fucking kills me, we are going to do this. Anyway. So, we're going to take a look at that. I was going to take a look first at the Rwanda thing. Right, now, in the UK, we've currently got this thing called the Rwanda Safety Bill, which is going through Parliament. It's rather an important bill. Doesn't necessarily sound that important, but I'll get into why later. And the reason we're going to get into it later rather than right now is because, hang on, why the fuck is that not... I actually hate the world, you know that? Boom, right. Because they're still fucking waffling on about it like a bunch of cunts in Parliament. Right, it's still happening. So we don't even have a result yet. It could be literally the first ever... So not first ever. The first first reading of a bill. So the reading of the bill that's first. They have 3 readings of each bill and they refine it each time. That's the way it goes, right? And a first reading usually just goes through, breezes through, no one gives a fuck. And then they start like negotiating for different bits and bobs. Different amendments to it and bits that they want dropped out of the bill and blah, blah, blah. And that's the horse trading that goes on to create a piece of legislation. The first reading usually just sails through. They're debating the first reading of this particular bill, which was introduced last week. We talked about it. It was the government's emergency piece of legislation, which is bullshit. I mean, total bullshit. And it might be the first reading that gets rejected since 1986. This could be the first time this has happened in my entire lifetime. And that's a long time, because as previously discussed, I'm old as shit. Either way, they're still fucking jibber-jabbering. So at some point they'll have a vote, right? So secondly, No Justice MTG, my regular co-hostess with the co-mostess, who does British-related content arena, She is on with Navarra Media right now, so she'll be on with me later. So we might as well do that, later. Which doesn't make sense chronologically, because you'd think you'd do the British stuff earlier while British people are awake / watching. But that's not how we work on the Kev show. We work on the basis of stuff and things and vibes and that. So stay tuned for that nonsense. So no, we will be doing the Xanderhal Keffals shite first up. The vote's due around 7 o'clock. Well, I had heard that, but I suspect it might go on slightly longer than that. Because already the wind-up, the Deputy Speaker has called that the wind-up is the wind-up motions or whatever, not wind-up speeches, which is basically, right, the start of each debate on a piece of legislation, the minister in charge has their say, the shadow minister, so the opposition equivalent, has their say, and then all of the MPs start talking. And then they do the wrap-up, which is the opposition person speaks, blah, 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 then the minister speaks, blah, 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 then they go to a vote. They've only just said, I just literally before we started, the wrap-up, I'm going to start calling for the wrap-ups, the wind-ups in a second, right? Which means it's probably going to go on for at least another hour. So the vote, realistically, I would expect the vote to happen after 7, but it doesn't really matter either way because No Justice is coming on at 8. So we'll take a look at some of the key speeches from it because there were some absolute bangers. We'll probably have to look at James Cleverly, the Home Secretary's speech, which was... I mean, the bill basically says we're going to pretend Rwanda is safe and hope that the Supreme Court don't notice that nothing has changed, apparently. Then Yvette Cooper, the equivalent, the shadow Home Secretary, the equivalent for the Labour Party, had a really good takedown of it. And then Chris Bryant, who's a bit of a knob, but is one of the better thinkers in Parliament, I think. One of the better logicians. Had quite a good takedown as well. So we'll take a look at a few of those and then analyse the vote. Because honestly, if this piece of legislation goes down, there is rumours that the Labour Party will introduce a vote of no confidence in Parliament tomorrow, which would make a lot of sense because this government is finished. Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister is dead. If this piece of legislation goes down, it's over. Genuinely, it's like he's staked his entire shit on this. He literally had it was still dark out, right, in the morning when he had a group of like rebel MPs, whatever, to Downing Street for breakfast to try and desperately beg them to vote for his piece of legislation. He has staked his entire reputation on this shit. And, yeah, it's not looking good for him. Let's put it that way. That's why No Justice did a stream at lunchtime. Oh, did she already stream today? Oh, okay. Well, she'll be popping on later. Whatever. That girl works hard, man. She works fucking hard. UK parliamentary traditions are just funny, at least from afar. Oh yeah, they're ridiculous. Britain is I'll tell you how stupid Britain is as a country, right? We've talked in the past about the honours system. Right? The honours system in Britain where, you can have like an OBE or an MBE and all that. An MBE is a member of the British Empire and it's when you get to call yourself Sir something something. So like Sir Paul McCartney or Sir Michael Caine or whatever. And you get given them for public service or service to like your particular industry that's exceptional, as in the case of McCartney and Caine, right? All that sort of stuff. And they're a joke at the best of times. I mean, literally fucking Robert Mugabe was given a KBE, I think he was? Anyway, whatever it was, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, Jimmy Savile was given one. Yeah, just some of the worst people ever. And we've had this today, not with an MBE. Oh, KB, whatever the fuck it is, I don't fucking know. So some of the cunts get to call themselves Sir. I don't really give a fuck. Sir Michael Fabricant. Sir Michael Fabricant. We are now in a country where this person has a knighthood. Sir Michael Fabricant. One of the stupidest human beings to ever entered Parliament. Probably, I think, inbred. Genuinely. And I can only imagine for services to having absolutely fucking mental hair. Which I didn't realise was one of the categories, but there you go. There's literally the king knighting this. And honestly, I don't know which one of them is more despicable. There you go. Sir Michael Fabricant. Knight of the Realm. So we're in a tragic embarrassment of a nation. No wonder Stop the Boats becomes a big fucking talking point in British politics when Sir Michael Cunting Fabricant gets a fucking knighthood. Absolutely ludicrous. Why am I wearing an afro in this? I don't know. It's just an image someone made that I thought was funny. Also, I do have big hair when I let it grow, so it does look a bit like an afro anyway. Honestly, the most unrealistic part of this is me wearing a suit and tie. The afro is perfectly in keeping with the Kev look. The suit and tie, not so much. Anyway, right. You can hit the follow button if you wanted to. You can. You can subscribe to the channel. Okay, you can subscribe to the channel for as little or as much as $5. $5 a month. Woo! I'm gonna keep that there. Fuck you. Anyway, you can subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe with Amazon Prime. You can give subs to the community. You can do bits messages. 200 bits or more will get you a text-to-speech. You can do super chats via the super chat link below. $2 or more there gets you a text-to-speech. If you're on YouTube, come over to the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you can go and subscribe to the YouTube. These are things we can do. You can help me out on Patreon and or PayPal. You can go over to the Discord. You can subscribe on YouTube. You've got Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok. I think that is all of the things. I may have forgotten something. I should write them down. I won't. You can give me a sub. We have a Fisher in chat, everybody. If anyone wants to reel them in, feel free. Xanderhal round 3. Well, no, it's not round 3. They've only had one round as far as I'm aware. But this is my third attempt to try and get through it. Because of a number of things, including my electric going off yesterday. So what we're actually going to do, whilst we wait for the dickheads in Parliament to, like, you know, do anything, is we're going to take a look at Xanderhal versus Keffals, which I'm going to purposely mispronounce there for no real reason. Anyway, we're literally going to pick up where we left off when the electricity went out yesterday. Okay? Where we left off was Xanderhal had been attacking Keffals for having been a druggie. Yeah, that's the level we're at tonight, people. It's a beautiful thing. When I say beautiful, I mean, like, truly despicable. Like, really, really bad. Yeah. Oh, no, that is... No, I didn't need to see this. Also, I don't think he'd be that upset about that. He likes Margaret Thatcher, doesn't he? So he's a big Maggie stan.
Immediately jump into both KGG and YouTube chat in order to escalate things, which kind of proved that Xan was very eager to burn the bridge with me in the first place, because I couldn't even get to the point of addressing any of the things that were going on. And the reason that I was dealing with depression was because I was regularly staying up 40-hour periods. No mania, no drugs. I'm literally always so on edge that I can't sleep. So I got prescribed sleeping medication, and the other night I slept like 16 hours straight.
Oh, nice.
And I woke up and I felt awesome. I felt so good. So I decided to go live because I actually felt good for the first time in a really long time. And it's like, it's hard to avoid the things that trigger me. I hate that the term trigger is tainted now. Is that actually...
Sully, you keep doing this. If you just refollow and unfollow and refollow, it doesn't make the noise. What? I don't know. Come on, people. Is no one going to pick up Woody Red in chat? They are fished for a sub. Don't blue ball them now. Come on. Someone. $5. Where's the thing? $5. Ah! You are going to regret making that for me, Lord Fritos. You are.
His hand in chat. No, for fuck's sakes, come on, please. That's gotta be a troll account. There's no fucking way. No, it's actually a real account. I'm trying to talk about like post-traumatic stress disorder, and now Xanderhal's in chat saying I will be doing a stream segment today on Keffals defending the Death Threat Brigade against me today on stream.
Oh, Cupcake Chaos! I mean, thank you for gifting us up to Sully. I appreciate that, Cupcake Chaos. You're a legend. But it was Woody Red who's the person who's been fishing. I mean, honestly, you people you're tumbleweeding them, and that hurts me, and it hurts Woody. It hurts us all. Okay? The fuck am I talking about? Just such bollocks. Sometimes, you know when you catch yourself saying something that's so rubbish? Welcome to the Kev stream.
I never defended any sort of Death Threat Brigade. Even like that time that I had Shu on back in like February, I told Shu to address it. Yeah, Shu should have addressed it. I never said that it was good for her to.
I catch it every night at 6 PM. The Kev stream. Oh yeah, good. Well, yes. Thank you, Cupcake Chaos, for gifting us up to Woody Red. Much love. Much love. I'm just making noise.
What do you want from me? You are shadow boxing right now. I never said any of these.
Richard Graham's not human. Look at him. There's no way this creature is human. Look at this fucking. Look at him. Absolute fucking lizard. Unbelievable show.
These things. I'll elaborate on stream to have a good stream. I don't care. Can you come on voice?
I can come on lots of things.
If that's the greatest idea. I don't even know anymore. Like, he's calling me a snake. He's bringing up drug use. It's gross. It's weird. Okay, you know what? Actually, yes, I will talk with you if Tipster is available to mediate the conversation. I will have.
I don't know who that person is, in all honesty.
I'm not doing a one-on-one.
I don't know who the fuck that person is.
Should be done off stream. I feel like at this point, there's no reason to do this in private.
Stop moving your fucking camera around, woman.
Xanderhal addressed me. Look, we'll go over this. Because Xanderhal's framing this like Xanderhal didn't start this, but Xanderhal did start this. Like, Xanderhal addressed me on stream first. I'm responding to Xanderhal and what he said on stream.
Tipster gets around.
Xan didn't have to do any of this.
All right, let's watch the clip. I sent it to Keffals, so maybe she knows what I'm talking about. Let's
Hold on.
watch.
I need to address a YouTube chatter right now. Genuinely sad to see another.
What started this? Well, apparently, oh god, this is so pointless. All of this is so pointless. Right. Xanderhal thinks that Shuon Head pedo-jacketed them. Accused them of maybe being a pedophile or supporting pedophilia or something. I've not really seen any evidence to that extent, but Shu definitely does do pedo-jacketing weird shit because she's a right-wing twat, obviously. Whilst ignoring all of the pedophilia shit on the right, obviously. Quelle surprise. Yeah, so she does that. But I haven't seen it specifically in the case of Xanderhal. Doesn't really matter. And then Xanderhal was like, "Oh, why is Keffals friends with Shoe on Head or something? I can't believe she'd like stab me in the back like this or something." So it's just Xanderhal being a petty bitch by the look of it, and Keffals maybe not curating their friends as tightly as maybe they ought to at times. Maybe.
Leftist community defends Shu. She's going to call Keffals a pedo the second she just... Shu defended me quite a bit while I was struggling before I went to rehab. Okay? Stop projecting your parasocial fucking weirdo shit onto me. The people that are in this circle are fucking scumfucks. But here's also the thing. If Shu says something stupid, I will call her out on it. I will disagree with her.
Yeah, that's true. Vosh is still friends with her, and he doesn't seem to have a problem there. A little bit of misogyny, perhaps.
I don't think that just because I think
This
that
doesn't matter at all to me when she's literally pedo-jacketed me. Did you call her out?
this chatter wasn't... I was responding to a chatter. I wasn't responding... This had nothing to do with Xanderhal. This had nothing to do with Demon Mama.
Publicly when she pedo-jacketed me in Demon Mama? Because I don't remember that even vaguely.
Someone has good positions on some things doesn't mean they can't have bad positions on other things.
In virtually any circumstance.
Yeah, but she was just a straight-up bad person.
Yeah, I was
So,
about to say,
she grills people in chat.
Well, I will say, as much as I'm not really on Zan's side on all of this, I do have to say, like, what are Shoe on Head's good opinions exactly? What, Tulsi Gabbard standing? Is that one of her good positions? Even her support of Bernie doesn't look so great with Bernie's refusal to call for a fucking ceasefire. Like, what is it? What the fuck are her good positions? I'd be interested to hear.
Who directly referencing Shu's tendency and defends her friendship with.
Yeah, Zan just inserted himself in this.
Gigaday.
Like, I was addressing a random chatter talking about people who make really...
Okay, look, I don't want to make fun of this person, because I don't know them, and they're probably alright, because, you know, they're a Labour MP, so they're probably not the worst in the world. But I give you... Mary Rimmer. That's just a person's name. A person's name that sits in Parliament is called Mary Rimmer. I just wanted you all to be aware of that. A person that exists, yeah? Okay? Okay? Hang on.
really weird speculations about people that they don't actually know. I think Xanderhal is in his right to feel hurt, and he's in his right to say that Shu is a bad person. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not telling him he's not allowed to believe certain things, but he's setting up a situation where I have to either completely dissociate from Shu or I can't be his friend. But I can tell you right now that if I talk shit about Shu on my stream, she isn't...
Don't badmouth the name of Arnold Rimmer in my chat, okay? He's Arnold Rimmer. He's more reliable than a garden strimmer. Something, and his head doesn't glimmer. Okay.
going to immediately jump into my chat to start shit-talking me or jump into public callouts.
True, so... I mean, there's not really much I can say to that. I'm not willing to look past that at all. Like, I'm sorry. It's not an ultimatum thing. I don't like giving... Here's the thing. I may look like an asshole for immediately being like, bridge burnt, but here's the thing. What's more asshole? Finding out that someone you're friends with is friends with somebody who's, like, been a massive piece of shit to you? Or giving them that dreaded ultimatum?
Yeah. Lonerbox likes Destiny. Dylan Burns likes Destiny. There's a lot of streamers I associate with who like someone who wrote a manifesto about me and absolutely got me harassed on the internet. That's true. I buried the hatchet. I literally apologized to Destiny in order to put everything behind me because I want to live in the present. I don't want to constantly dwell on the past and dwell on how I was hurt by other people. You know? At a certain point, you just gotta live your life. Pepe thank you for the $50 super chat. Zan struck first and she responded. She even censored his name in the video. Why is he allowed to make several vids about her, but she can't?
I'm not going to do this for every MP, but I do just want to bring up this little situation. Okay. So that person exists, right? That person exists, and boom. And boom. And boom. And boom. Just look at the hair, you know? Just saying.
Can't respond back. What was the pedo jacketing? No one's... I mean, yeah, I can't actually find the pedo jacketing. I've looked for it. I'm like actually confused what that is about. And I'm not even saying that Zan is a liar. It very well could happen, but I reached out to Zan's editor.
Me and Helena Bonham
to
Carter
herself,
had a
I was
baby.
like, where is the pedo jacketing situation? And neither of them could tell me.
True.
And that's why I got confused. Like, if she legitimately did something that fucking vile, I'd be like, yes, that was fucked up. That's wrong. But I also don't know why I have to answer for her when I wasn't defending her. Her audience definitely harassed him. Absolutely. However, that entire drama went way outside of her circle. Like, that went really mainstream. That was not just Shu's audience. There were millions of people engaged in that discourse cycle.
Discourse cycle.
I fucking hate being the guy who gives somebody an
End it.
ultimatum. Like, I can't be friends with you unless you do this. So I'm not going to do...
Okay, but even if she did start this, why do I have to answer for her? I defended her in a drama with Thought Slime. And even in the Thought Slime video, I was defending Xanderhal. Because Thought Slime made up accusations that Xanderhal was running a sex cult.
Sex cult.
do that. I'm just going to burn the bridge immediately, right? Like, I imagine many of you in chat might be able to relate. Like, say, for example, you're trans, and you've got a best friend who's dating a guy who's very transphobic, right? And your friend is like, oh, he's okay. He'll misgender you, and he doesn't respect your pronouns, but, you know, he's a really good guy. I really like him, you know? Try to accept him. That's basically the kind of vibe, the kind of situation I find myself in often, like in the place of like that hypothetical trans.
Non-binary. This feeds into a 4chan meme. The 4chan meme of what happened to Habbo Hotel, where they all went to have a hotel and dressed in big afros and formed swastikas by standing together. I think it's just someone did a funny image of me. I'm not sure my audience would do 4chan memes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, no, this is some fucking high school nonsense. Yeah.
Trans person who's like,
I should say this is not what non-binary said. These two internet personalities bitching at each other.
why is my friend defending their relationship?
I'm not dating Shu. I don't know I don't understand the hypothetical.
This is something else, isn't it?
So, yeah, I don't know how to approach this. Like, I don't understand. I feel like I'm being blamed for things that I didn't do.
Oh, it is a thing. Okay. Pool's closed.
I
Okay.
mean, the way I interpreted it, because I was watching...
Fair enough, non-binary. I probably won't use that image again then. Even though it is sort of funny for me, but yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Zan stream live. To me, it looked like some chatter just showed up trying to cause drama, and they conflated something you said to a chatter to being about him and Demon Mama. And I mean, he watched the clip, but he didn't watch the whole clip. And I think he took what the chatter said at face value, which just caused a huge misunderstanding that I feel like if you two talked it out, it could get resolved. I really don't think it needs to be this way. I think that if you two got together and talked it out, that it could be sorted out. Because it was literally just a dishonest chatter showing up in your chat trying to cause conflict. They were drama frogging. And now here we are.
Yeah, but it's weird because he actually opens up the chat. You know, he watches the video.
There we go.
And
That's
then
better.
he starts ascribing meaning to a random chatter. That I never said that. I never called him a scumfuck. That's weird.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, you know, I don't want to assume Xanderhal's being bad faith here. I personally really like Zan, and I just think it's a big misunderstanding. And, like, I don't know, I hope you two can talk it out and get it sorted out. If not today, then eventually. Because, like, this is clearly a case of a chatter trying to start shit between two streamers, and they got what they wanted, which is really unfortunate.
If I'm willing to. Like, if you're willing to mediate the conversation, but I don't think a one-on-one situation would resolve in anything but more anger. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
if we did a one-on-one,
Vanguard, President Sunday debated Xanderhal on this. Did they? Do you have a link to that?
Zan wouldn't listen to me. I would lose my
Because that
temper.
sounds
I would get
horrific.
Heated. Zan would get heated, and then it would escalate, and then more streamers would get involved, and it would just be like an entire fucking mess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. If you guys want to talk, I'm happy to mediate it. I'll stay super neutral. But yeah, I really do believe that this could be sorted out. I
Yeah.
think at the very least it's worth trying.
All right. I mean, I'll send Zan an invite.
Okay.
Okay, I've sent Zan. Hello.
Hi. Playing a little bit of Lego Fortnite. I hope everyone's having a good day.
Howdy, Zan.
Hey Tipster, I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're having a good one as well, Clara. I know
Still, if you've got a link, I'll take that.
that we're having a bit of a contentious conversation,
Valhalla.
but I don't wish ill on anybody.
Yeah, I really truly feel like this is a big misunderstanding, and if you two got the opportunity to talk, that it could be sorted out. Because I hate to see, you know, two people who've been super supportive of each other up to this point, like.
I like that the optimism. Will this degenerate into a mess? It already is a mess. It's already a mess. Everything about this is a mess. Mad Cat, does anyone want a sub? I won $100, so £100 on a scratch card this morning. Well, before anyone says yes to that, Mad Cat, you don't have to just because you won £100 on a scratch card. Only ever gift a sub or whatever if you can afford it. So if that's a thing that, like, I mean, you in theory you can afford it because you got £100, but is that necessarily free money or whatever? I don't know. I don't know your situation. I'm just saying you can always consider and reconsider that. But if you want to gift a sub, there are loads of people who need subs. Dums, for instance. But that's a different thing. Why has this gone silent?
Wait hold on a second. I just have to. Can you talk for a sec?
Oh, do I sound all right?
Okay, yeah, there we go. I fixed it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I reached out a few nights ago after I had my bridge burning segment on stream to talk in private because a chatter had informed me. And I saw you mention this in a way that I don't necessarily agree with your.
Well, if you can then, Madcat, if anyone wants a gifted sub in chat, in Twitch chat, Madcat has a gifted sub going. Giggity.
Framing of it, but I had been told by a chatter that when we'd originally discussed this back in, I don't know, April, I think it might have been. I'm not very good at remembering how long ago things were these days. COVID kind of fucks up your brain. Anyway, we talked about this, and I was told by a chatter that when we did, this was prior to you going to rehab, and that you were high on that stream, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe she didn't really remember, and maybe I didn't really explain to myself as well, because it was so impromptu, and I felt bad about posting my tweet after that, and that's why I reached out after stream, like, can we talk about this in private? I'm willing to work it out, but I didn't get
Also, Madcat, you can just gift one randomly to someone if you wanted.
responded to, and I saw you make this stream, and I was like, what? What?
Zan, you.
I thought she didn't want to make it a big
Before you
deal.
were willing to even have a private conversation, you were addressing this on stream, and you made it into a public call-out post, like 3 minutes after I first responded to you in a Discord DM.
I understand where you're coming from there, but like I said, when I first got this message to me on stream, I was told, I guess I can break it down from like step by step.
down!
I received a message from one of my chatters that said, "Hey Zan, in Keffals' new video on Thought Slime and Shoe on Head, she says that people criticizing Shoe for pedojacketing those that disagree with her are terminally online." Here, I may be able to find it. I think you can probably read it in the DMs.
Clip, but I didn't say your name in that clip. I didn't say Demon Mama's name. I was responding to a chatter who was making parasocial characterizations about people and what their potential actions could be. It had nothing to do with
that. But that
and just to step in for a second,
referring to what she did to me and Demon Mama, though.
Yeah, and just to step in for a second, I saw the message the chatter said. They did specifically name you, Xanderhal, and Demon Mama, so I felt like it was an unfair characterization by the chatter to suggest that Keffals was specifically talking about you and Demon Mama, when in reality she was referring to that specific chatter in her chat.
Sure, I understand that, but that chatter was criticizing Keffals' platform.
Oh no, Arizolo Dave in North London, are we the same person? Oh no. I mean, I feel bad for you. Honestly. Thank you, Madcat, for gifting a sub. Much love to you. Also, Extreme Dad Live. You should hit the follow button. You should. Just look menacingly into the camera.
Defense of Shoe.
So,
a thing that I also take issue with.
That chatter did mention
Xanderhal.
If you look back in the video, that chatter doesn't.
I thought Tipster just said they did mention me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him. Like right before you and Tipster.
Welcome to the Kevolution, friend.
And neither of you get mentioned in it.
Okay, well, my understanding was that in that clip, that chatter is referring to what Shoe on Head did to me and Demon Mama, the whole pedojacketing people that disagree with her thing. It was a very big drama. Like, I mean, hell, even Vosh agreed that she was in the wrong, and I've talked to Vosh about this in private, and that's the reason why he doesn't really engage with her publicly anymore, because he doesn't agree with what she did. A lot of people don't agree with what she did. And...
Oh, Hyperinos! Thank you, Arizolo David, North London. And again, condolences on being the same person as me, apparently. We're now on a hype train. Also, Extreme Dad, welcome to membership of the Kev Logan Club. Membership? Subscriptionship? Scribblers. Anyway, if we get to level 2 of the hype train, I will finger Michael Fabricant's wig. Okay? I will do it.
And I think Demon Mama handles it probably a lot better than I do. She has gotten enormous amounts of harassment. Just the fact that she's a trans woman on the internet means she'll always get more harassment than I will ever get, like just baseline. And so she's just got like that much thicker skin, I think. But when Shu did that, that was my first time ever having like a massive figure throw false pedo allegations at me. And to this day, I look through my comments and I'm still getting comments from Shoe on Head fans that are along the lines of like, "You're a groomer." A lot of them are commenting under the assumption I'm a trans woman, because if you're pro-trans, you must be a trans person online, I guess. And like their transphobic comments, their death threats on this post, and I have to comb through and ban all these people through my comment section daily since like April, for this whole year, since I burnt the bridge with Shu. And my reason for doing so was simply because she was purporting and started, really, she's the one who popularized one of the biggest gay groomer panic narratives
has
out
been
there with the
places.
Balenciaga drama.
Wear a glove.
And
Oh,
that
kitty
evolved
bonk.
into where we are now, where
True. Thank you, Over Historian with 1066 bitties. Still too soon. But thank you, we're on level 2 of the hype train. I've got to go and track down a member of parliament and a knight of the realm. Jesus Christ, this country is fucked. Xanderhal has also targeted me with aggressive false pedo accusations. Extreme dad, what's the story behind that? Yeah, what's all that about? He accused you of being a pedo. What the fuck? Are you a streamer or something, or just like a rando Twitter person, or like how does he know you in any way? I'm scared of that wig. You should be scared of Fabricant's wig, okay? It spent its youth as a trained assassin in sub-Saharan Africa. Do not fuck with that wig. It knows shit. Hey, I'm pro-trans but female, so stop saying bollocks, Zand. Stop saying... Oh, okay, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. No, just a rando, but I used to be deep in that community, Vosh, too. It's a long story. Oh, okay. Well, that's fucked up. Yeah, don't randomly accuse people of pedophilia. For a number of reasons. Firstly, it's a rather serious criminal charge that you're making against somebody. But also, it rather cheapens the seriousness, and it's a very serious accusation, and should be viewed seriously, but it cheapens the seriousness of that accusation if you throw it around randomly, which is why Shu doing so about a Balenciaga advert, or fucking, what was the other company online, the Wayfair, the furniture company online or whatever, that they were saying was doing pederast stuff. And again, it's always right-wingers making false allegations, and yet it's always right-wingers who get convicted of pedophilia, because, every accusation is a confession. It just is. Pedocon theory is not a theory, it's a fucking fact. It's like a law of nature or something. It's like gravity.
literally Republican presidential candidates are talking about gay groomers up on stage. Before the Balenciaga thing, it was mostly an internet phenomenon of people talking about that. That drama blew it up into the mainstream.
That's
it was
not true.
nowhere near as
During
big
the
prior to the
Balenciaga drama,
thing.
I was covering the anti-trans bills. This was
that actually reminds me as well, because the biggest reason that I burnt the bridge was prior to this, Shuan had actually ended up quote-unquote inspiring. That's kind of a stretch of the word, I would say, but the actual thing that happened was a Republican politician, I think it might have been a congressman or a senator, I don't remember exactly, big deal Republican politician, ended up seeing one of Shu's videos talking about gay pride discourse, and ended up pushing a bill that would restrict the rights for trans and gay people to be trans or gay in public, like, at all. And, Shuan had to make an apology post about this. It was, like, a big thing. And she promised she wouldn't do this kind of thing again. And I was like, listen, she apologized for it.
Do you know why she
apologized? And then the Balenciaga thing happened. Why did she apologize?
Because she reached out to me and said that she thought she fucked up, and she asked for my advice on how to make an apology.
Okay.
Okay, but she had, like, real-world negative consequences for trans people because of her actions. Yeah.
I think.
So, is she vindicated?
I think that she's actually willing to listen to people, and she's willing to admit when she.
Alright, but she keeps doing the same fucking thing. She hasn't stopped doing it. Like, I'm making an apology and then not changing your actions is just saying sorry. It's just noise coming out of your fucking face. An apology is, I'm sorry, and then changing your actions so that you don't hurt people in the same way again. It's fucking meaningless. It's worthless without action to back it up. Any dickhead, a fucking 5-year-old kid knows that if it says sorry, it gets out of trouble. You have to actually then change your actions, fundamentally change your behaviour, and she hasn't, and has shown no real sign of working towards that either.
Stop it. Get some help.
She ought to, yes, Michael. Thank you, Bilderberg. Talking about conspiracy theories. Welcome, Bilderberg. Oh, thank you, Bilderberg. 35 months you've been subscribed now. That is amazing and too long. That is literally just shy of 3 years. Holy motherfucking shite balls.
Fucks up. But at the same time, I don't know why I have to answer right now for everything that she's done when I'm not her. I don't understand how this has gone from me covering her in a drama with Thought Slime into me having to defend everything that she's ever done.
Sure. So I honestly don't.
Shu should have done a ukulele song. That would have been amazing. The toxic pedo train. That would have been amazing. Honestly, you know what? I would have respected. I would have respected the power move on that occasion.
Like the idea of so I don't think that I need to control other people's friends and everything like that. If I feel like I'm friends with somebody who is too friendly with someone that has done something really bad to me, it bothers me a lot. Maybe that's just me. That's something that feels really hurtful, especially with how malicious and actively dedicated to trying to hurt me Shu was. One of somebody that she actually allowed to follow her private account ended up sending me a tweet she'd made where she said, "I'm currently working on a Xanderhal video." She was going to make a video, and she called it a Xanderhal video. And
That's
once
quite
it
good.
leaked, that tweet that she made leaked, how she was planning to make a video about me, leaked. I talked about it on stream, and I did a segment on it. You can find it on my channel, and she canceled the idea. But thanks to the person who leaked that to me. I'm never going to say who that was. But yeah, she was actively planning, my downfall. She wanted to get revenge against me for actually not just getting destroyed by her pedojacketing allegations.
Zan, haven't you done 6 videos on her before?
6 videos on her? Criticizing her?
Yeah.
I think I've probably done 2 criticizing her, because any that I did before that, me and her were friends. I don't think I've made a video criticizing her unprompted, unless it was, she engaged with me. I think I did maybe 3, at most. And always...
But that's the thing, why...
Because I'm related. I'm always mentioned. It has to do with
but
me.
If you've done 3 videos about her, why is it the greatest sin that she does a response video?
Wow, it's not just Britain that's fucking up on migration. Across the English Channel in France, members of Parliament from far right, far left and moderate parties united to defeat a draft law seeking to tighten its migration rules. The bill was designed to make it easier for governments to expel migrants, blah blah blah. But in moves seemingly mirroring the divisions within Tory ranks here in the UK, MPs on the left argued its measures were too repressive, while those on the right said they were not tough enough. Following the defeat, Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin, viewed as a hardliner on immigration issues and a strong proponent of the law, offered to step down. However, French President Emmanuel Macron rejected his resignation. Wow. Everywhere's fucked. French accent. That is my best French accent, yeah. Honestly, that was one of the problems I had in French class in high school, right? I was okay with it. I learned some of the stuff. I've forgotten most of it, to be honest. But I learned at the time. I was able to learn it and say the thing. But it used to annoy me that you had to say it in a French accent. It just felt like you were taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? It just felt like you were insulting them. I expect if a French person speaks to me in a French accent, but in English, but they've got a French accent, that's fine. If they start talking to me in an affected Cockney accent, I'm going to go, why are you taking the piss? What the fuck's wrong with you? Speak normally. Why would they expect me to speak in a French accent? It felt like you were insulting these people, you know? Anyway. But yeah, that's by the by.
Yeah.
She called it the Xanderhal video. She was planning a video in which she was going to slander me. That's why her own followers that
No,
knew both of us
If
that
she
were
was going to
allowed
call
onto
it a
her private
slander
Twitter
hall video,
leaked it
that
to
means that she's calling you the slanderer.
me. If that's how you want to interpret it, I guess so. But does that really sound like she's sorry if she, like, my criticism of her was for spreading gay groomer stuff, and so her response is to plan a premeditated, like, takedown video on me to try to destroy me as, like, a YouTuber with millions more subs than me? Like, does that sound sorry?
Well, you keep saying that she sent her audience to give you, like, send you death threats, which that's
Yeah.
slander. She didn't do that.
No, she quote tweeted me and her audience, calling me a defender of groomers. So I don't know how, like, she called me a
Why is my Twitter linked if it's defunct? Have I still got my old Twitter linked to this account? Oh, shit. Oh. Well, if you want to check out my actual Twitter... One second. For however long that site survives, which, yeah, you know, whatevs. There's my actual Twitter. I'll have to look at my links later and see where I fucked up.
groomer defending creep, I believe it was. She specifically called me a creep in her quote tweet, then blocked me. And ever since then, I've had constant death threats coming from that tweet. Not to mention, the thing that started all of this was her quote tweeting and agreeing with a neo-Nazi that she's friends with named Pedro Gonzalez or something like that. That was...
What is it with these Hispanic Nazi people? Fucking Nicolas Fuentes, Pedro Gonzalez. They sound like Dominican baseball players. What is going on here? You're going to end up in the camps, guys. What the fuck is... Stop it. It's just... Your turkey's voting for Christmas. You mad bastards.
the one purporting this shit. I was responding to that guy that she was talking to, who was doing the gay groomer shit and talking about how these people need to be killed. By these people, he meant trans people.
Can you show me the tweet? Because when I was trying to look into, because this is so old, when I was trying to look into all of this,
Yeah, Gonzalo
I was
Lira.
confused.
Yeah, they're just...
But
Absolutely.
this feels like it is getting really off topic because I haven't defended any of
Sure.
these things.
So like I said, if we just want to get back on the topic, my general point is that I don't care if you want to be friends with Seanhead. It's more so that I don't want to be friends with somebody who wants to be friends with Seanhead. And I apply the same thing to myself. If you ever approached me and said, hey,
Yeah,
this
wait,
YouTuber
that's not
that
true.
you're friends with...
That's not true. Zan, you contradicted
Well,
your...
that's weird, 255. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that story. But, yeah. Fair enough. They sound like featherweight boxing champ and world rank 2 in the Hajime no Ippo manga. I'll take your word for that, Phantom of Black. I will take your word for it.
yourself earlier in this conversation. You said that Vosh is still privately friends with Shoeonhead. So you were very much
didn't
willing
say-
to be friends with somebody
don't
who's
know-
friends with Shoeonhead.
I don't know how close Seanhead and Vosh are. From what I've talked to him about, it doesn't sound like they're all that close. I've talked to him about this, and he doesn't agree with what he did, with what she did, and that's why he refuses to talk about her
Enrico
platform.
Tario, yeah.
Because
Honestly, we could put together, I think, a semi-decent Hispanic baseball team, right, out of Nazis. You know, you've got like fucking Enrico Tario on first. You've got fucking Nick Fuentes at shortstop, etc., etc. There are loads of them, and it doesn't make sense because again, guys, if the Nazis take over, honest to God, we're all end up in a camp together, and that's the last thing that either of us want is you and me spending time together in a fucking in our bunks in the fucking concentration camps. So. Chill out. Do you think any of them could play baseball well? Probably not. They don't look the most athletic lot, but meh. Wasn't there a Hispanic Nazi mass shooting last year? Probably. I imagine so.
what she did was very clearly malicious and fucked up. There's really no way around it. Here, I'm bringing up the the screenshots right now.
So is this less of an issue with her
Kids are
associating with
mental, yeah.
Shoonhead and more of an issue with her platforming her? Is that where your real underlying issue is here?
That's a big part of it, frankly. Like, honestly, if Keffals had just like quietly been friends with Shu and hadn't like blown up at that chatter who had referenced what Shu did to me in a negative way,
The
I
chatter
probably
wasn't
wouldn't have taken
referencing
it so...
either you or Demon Mama. Like, you can go back to the
But they
video,
were
neither of your names
Keffals,
are
did I not-
mentioned.
Do you remember when I told you what Shu had done to me and Demon Mama before? I figured that when they directly reference pedo-jacketing people that she disagrees with, you would think that would be referencing that, because everybody I've seen watch that clip
Zan,
seemed
with
to
all
interpret it
with
that
all
way.
due respect, you are not.
Is
in
there
the
much
center
due
of my
respect?
universe, and I don't remember every single drama you've been through.
I guess that's fine. I mean,
That's basically, I don't fucking know, you dickhead. You fucking remember your shit. I think Sunak is going to be Susak this evening. I mean, that almost works, Kieran. Almost. And possibly true. Because it's not looking good for him, is it? One of the various groups. Look, this is... we'll get into this with No Justice in a bit. But just to give you some indication of how fucked up the British political system is, or more specifically, how fucked up the Tory party is, some of the groups within the Tory party, they're so split. There's the... where are we? They call themselves the Five Families, like it's a mafia situation. You've got the New Conservatives, led by Kruger and Cates. You've got the Northern Research Group, which is Berry's lot. You've got the Net Zero Scrutiny Group, the China Research Group. You've got the European Research Group. You've got the Common Sense Group. Lol. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Was it the Star Chamber or some shit? Was another one that was in there. Like, just mental. The Tory party are fucking crazy bastards. Oh, Fabricant's back in the room. The Knight of the Realm is back in Parliament. Dear God.
I feel like it's not very nice to be friends with somebody who has done something that heinous to somebody that you're also friends with. I didn't like it, and so I burnt the bridge. That's why I did it. And it seems like you're kind of willing to hand-wave what Shu did and kind of even defend it and say she was sorry.
You
try
called
to
me a
defend her
snake and a
character.
dick rider before we even had a private conversation. Why?
A snaky dick rider. Whoop whoop. What's the longest string of unelected PMs we've ever had? Well, it's got to be this one, hasn't it? Very few. Has it ever happened that we've had this many unelected prime ministers in a row? I'm not sure. It's very rare you get more than one change of prime minister in a term. Is Keffals actually friends with Shoonhead? Yeah, I think so. Which is pretty shit, really.
Are you shocked that I would be like angry?
I told you that I felt bad for that after I found out that when we first talked about this, you weren't
You never deleted
sober.
or apologized for it. How would I know you felt
Because you
bad?
never responded to my messages reaching out to talk to you in private. I thought you were just ignoring me, and clearly you were, because you ended up, instead of responding to me and talking to me in private, after I messaged you multiple times on like days
I
ago,
was ignoring you
asking to work
because
it
you were
out,
making an
you made a
ultimatum.
segment about trauma. I literally say in my message, I don't want to make an ultimatum. That's why I burnt the bridge. I don't like being in this weird position where someone I'm friends with is friends with someone who's done something heinous to me, and I either have to grit my teeth and bear it, or acts of friendship, or deal with some crazy drama like this.
You
It's
see
really
how
frustrating.
burning the bridge because you don't want to make an ultimatum is just making the ultimatum?
It's not, because there is no ultimatum.
You're
It's
basically
just
making
burning
the
the bridge.
choice
There's
for
no
me.
choice.
Exactly.
But that's not what an ultimatum is. That's not what an ultimatum is. An ultimatum is an abuse tactic when you say, do this or I do this, not just doing this no matter what the other person does. And making it clear that's what you're going to do. I literally...
They've talked a bit in DMs, which isn't friends. Well, I mean, when we say friends, we mean like internet friends. I don't think they necessarily know each other in real life or anything, Marinaka. Yeah, so I don't know if they're close necessarily, but they're certainly internet associates, let's say. They're not someone, she's not someone who's distanced themselves from Shu. Which I think is what Xanderhal wanted, I think. I don't know. It's all bollocks at the end of the day, but yeah.
Really said that I didn't want to talk about it in private at first because I figured that it would end up like that. But if you want to talk about it in private and you don't like that I made it a public thing, then we can work it out in private. But you didn't want to.
So
you
the
ignored my
definition of
messages and did the
ultimatum
same.
is a final demand or statement of terms, the rejection of which will result in retaliation or a breakdown in relations. So I would definitely say by the definition of ultimatum, you were giving one. You add the
okay.
demand, it's either I don't associate with Shu or I can't be friends with you. And
All right.
you made the...
Yeah, and and you've got fewer subscribers, I guess. I don't know. Actually, it might not be that cynical, or maybe I'm being over the top, but, you know. Either way, Xander's not winning that battle, clearly.
call. I don't understand.
I simply am glad that I was able to come on and explain why I felt hurt by you. I felt that I had explained what Shu did to me and to Demon Mama, who got it arguably the worst. I would say Demon Mama had to have gotten it the worst because Shuan had, when she made her video about all of the creeps and pedos, as she calls them, defending Balenciaga, she censored me, as well as everybody else that she covered in the video, but she didn't censor the identity of the one trans person she covered, and that was Demon Mama. She half-assed censored everybody that she responded to, including me, but Demon Mama was the one person she didn't even try with. So Demon Mama, with, you know, Shuanhead's massively transphobic audience, basically probably got it the worst.
Yeah, I agree that was
and
fucked
I got it
up.
pretty bad.
I'll agree that's fucked up, but what does it have to do with me?
I mean, it seems as though that chatter, as well as quite a few other people, don't really...
They're all voting. Actually, why they don't show me that? Show me the people voting, you pricks. Anyway, they vote. There we go. Like the little cockroachy people they are. They're escaping into the lobbies now to vote. I'll keep you updated.
really like the idea of Shuanhead being normalized, platformed, and continuing to be given charitability here on the left. And I've kind of gotten to that edge, and I feel like it is both a personal relationship betrayal and a somewhat betrayal of what we're supposed to be doing here.
No, Marc Francois cannot become Prime Minister. No. Like, even as a joke, I mean, he would be arguably one of the few people who would be shorter than Rishi Sunak, which would lead to an amusing Russian nesting doll situation. But no, like, it cannot be. Cannot be. Not even as a joke. Please stop. The last time we had more than one Prime Minister before elections was May 1812 after Spencer Perceval was assassinated. Holy shitballs. That's still one of the dumbest things, the assassination of Spencer Perceval. For those who don't know, there was once a Prime Minister. Although they weren't called Prime Minister then, but let's ignore that. The person who occupies what we now call Prime Minister. That is a stiff dick of poop. Who was called Spencer Perceval. He was the only one assassinated. And amazingly, it was such a British assassination. The guy waited in Parliament, outside of the actual chamber, because they weren't a member of Parliament, waited for him to come into the hall, shot him, and then went and sat back down in his seat, exactly as he'd been before, and waited to be arrested. Didn't try and defend himself, and said that he deserved to be executed. He said, I've killed somebody, so yeah, I deserve to be executed for that. And then Spencer Perceval's body was autopsied in one, or possibly two, pubs. As you do, you know? Early 19th century. Let's go.
For lack of better phrasing, I guess, in trying to advocate for good ideas and being a good person in this space.
Can I ask you a question, General?
Sure, Tipster.
Do you think it's reasonable in a space where, you know, multiple content creators and social media influencers interact with one another? Do you think it's reasonable to not expect there to be some kind of crossover with people that you associate with people that you might not particularly like? Do you think it's reasonable to expect that? Because I mean, if I'm being honest, like there's people that you associate with that I'm not super fond of, but I would never personally put you in a position where I've made you feel like you have to
Oh,
choose
thank you for the gifted subway with a story. Much love.
or anything like that. So I guess I'm just asking, do you think that that's a reasonable expectation in a space like this?
Oh, is there? Oh, nice. There's a chat. I can post the screenshot of Shu with the Nazi dude. Cool.
Shoe with the Nazi
yeah,
dude.
Anyway, yeah, so basically I have grown very, like, I guess the word for it would be black-pilled on, like, friendships with content creators. I found that for the most part, most people are not really willing to, like, have principles or morals with this kind of thing if there's a lot to be gained from maintaining a friendship. A lot of people are saying that I'm, like, I'm hypocritical because I want to burn the bridge with Shu on head, but I won't with Vosh. I've almost burnt the bridge with Vosh multiple times over this. I nearly burnt the bridge with Vosh over this until his response to her was as...
So, that's saying I almost did a thing is still not doing a thing, is it? Like, that doesn't protect you from the accusation because the accusation is still potentially correct because you haven't burnt the bridge with Vosh, but you have with Keffals. So anyway, yeah, Shuan Hood's Nazi friend is also her boyfriend. Because you know that's what someone on the left does, is get into relationships with Nazis. Cool.
As brutal as it was. I was literally in the chat, like, I was in his Discord and in his chat saying, like, dude, this is a pathetic response. And most of his fans agreed at the time because everyone was waiting for him to actually, you know, criticize her for once. Yeah, no, I've been pretty consistent on these things. And frankly...
Oh, man, cheater. Look, the reference point you have just made, you don't need to tell me you're British. You would never need to show me a passport. I know you're British. Only a British person would ever do a Jim Bowen bullseye reference. Here's what you could have won. Honestly, that cheers my silly British heart enormously. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Consistent with applying it to myself. Keffals, if you'd ever reached out to me to say, hey, insert YouTuber that you're friends with or you talk to or you even retweet on Twitter.
Hello, Dylan Burns TV. How are you? Who's in the right? Nobody. It's all bollocks. It's literally just schoolyard shite. You really don't need to do research. But hello there, Dylan Burns. Everyone go and follow Dylan Burns for all of your Ukraine-based needs. I don't know. Anyway, how you getting on?
Twitter or like react to the videos of on stream. They did this fucked up shit to me. I know that you're cool with them, and I know it wasn't to you and it doesn't affect you in any way, but it makes me really uncomfortable that you're still friends with them. I would be like, you know what? Fuck them. And I can even give an example of a time I did this. I won't say who the drama was with, but a friend, someone we both know, reached out to me and said that another person...
Thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting us up to Dylan Burns.
...that I'd been retweeting and quote tweeting on Twitter, like positively, had engaged in a harassment campaign against her. And I had no idea about this. I had no idea, and I liked the person who had supposedly done this. But she sent me the evidence, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I immediately responded by unfollowing that person and blocking them. And no longer ever in any form giving them a platform or positive voice. I don't expect everybody to have that level of dedication to that, but it's a standard I apply for myself, and it's a standard that I like to have people meet for me, because I would give the same for them, I guess, is the best way to put it.
So, Zan...
By the way, they're all coming back in, so I'll keep an eye out. Hang on. Ooh. Why is it cut to the fucking news now? Are they oh my god, they're literally going on fucking... This is literally the BBC News 24 has cut to this. So, yeah, it's pretty important, I guess. Anyway, they're doing their thing.
this is a situation
We'll
that
get back to
happens
it.
to me quite frequently. For instance, Demon Mama, for a while, was planning a podcast, and one of the co-hosts, and I'll just say their name, President Sunday, was someone
That
who
fucker.
had frequently slandered me, made up lies about me, made up positions I didn't actually hold, said that I stole money from my fans, and I didn't do anything with the fact that Demon Mama was friends with someone and was working with someone who, quite frankly, I hate. But
Maybe I'm too sensitive. I don't know, but I feel like
Maybe.
in
You-
this space,
you think,
I mean, I've
Xander?
got a pretty healthy.
You think you might be a little too sensitive when you react to everything like a massive bitch? Yeah, I think so.
The population of IRL friends, and when it comes to like the internet space, I find that things are so weird when it comes to friendships. It feels like it feels as though any moment some shit's gonna come along that's gonna force you into a position where you've got to either defend your friend or your friendship with that person, or like sacrifice it, and then your reputation might be on the line.
Okay, enough. We'll cover this live until we get a result, which won't be that long.
It's a fine balance, clearly. What's your judgment on where it is?
Yeah, well, essentially, there's an argument for that as well. I mean, to say essentially what they're saying is that the Parliament or government can rewrite facts. I mean, the Supreme Court found, as a matter of fact, that Rwanda is unsafe, and the government are trying to legislate that it is safe. Now, that's almost like saying if someone has found that the Earth is round, then the government will say, no, hold on, we're going to say it's flat, so everyone has to...
That is literally what they're doing, by the way. That's literally... I mean, I made the joke during the week, didn't I? That they just decided that all cats are dogs. And they've just written that into legislation. Doesn't make it true, but they've just written a piece of legislation that goes, no, the government has decided that Rwanda's safe. And the Supreme Court... Because it'll eventually... What will definitely happen... So the amendment vote goes the government's way, which is not surprising. But now the real thing, the actual thing they're voting on, yeah, it'll be challenged, right? Even if this gets passed, which it probably won't, I don't think. But because this is the first reading, first readings never get challenged like this. Is ridiculous. Because the last time a first reading went down was 1986. So this will be the first time it's ever happened in my life, right? Even if this got passed, it would be challenged, go to the Supreme Court, and they'd still decide, no, it's still not fucking safe. Because we can't supersede international law. So nothing the government say can just change the fact that it's unsafe. Rwanda's unsafe as a place to send people. And it's getting less safe because they're literally fomenting a fucking war with the Democratic Republic of Congo on their border. Ish.
I think it's utterly ridiculous, Lewis. I mean, we have seen so much time, so much money, so much energy, so many people being corralled into debating this law, which, as your previous guest pointed out, the absurdity of it, that, you know, they just want to say Rwanda is safe even though the Supreme Court decided it wasn't. And there are more important things that are pressing people, and it seems to me that if half the time and energy...
A very good point made. Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's a waste of time. Well, Mamouf, it depends. When you say is it a waste of time, or it's a waste of time, let's know shortly on. Yeah, take care, Dick Penderin. Thank you for stopping by. When you say is it a waste of time, or it's a waste of time, it depends from whose perspective. It's a waste of time, right? It's a waste of time from the point of democracy. Absolutely, yes. It's a waste of time from the perspective of the British public. Sure. But what the government are trying to do is survive. And this was going to be the only way they could survive. And yet, it seems they're still probably not going to. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Joe, I'm going to interrupt there because we're just going to listen in.
The noes to the left, 337.
Well, we missed the start there, so I don't even know what the fuck happened.
The ayes to the right, 269. The noes to the left, 337. So the noes have it, the noes have it. Unlock.
Oh.
The question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye! The contrary, no. No! Division, clear the lobby.
Okay, let me bring you up to speed with what just happened then. So the first thing they were voting on there was the Labour Opposition Party amendment, and that failed. So the government...
Oh, but that's... We already know
so
that.
now
I thought that was
the vote is on...
Why didn't they... We already knew the amendment vote went down. Why are you showing me that? They cut to that like it was the real thing. I thought that was the bill going down. I was wondering why the Labour Party weren't up and screaming about it, because usually when you defeat the government, they're all... You fucking dopey bastards. So there's... Oh, for fuck's sake. We might as well go back to the thing then. Because it's going to be another fucking half an hour before they even get... Oh, bollocks to you cunts.
Like, recently, there was some bullshit drama that you faced, and I actually... This is, like, days ago. I might even have the video, like... Up
We were debated. Absolutely debated. Fucking pricks. Honestly, the BBC News editor there needs a fucking good word speaking to them in entirely legal ways.
Days defending you. Where, like, it wasn't even leaked logs. It was just messages you'd posted in public in Discord about how you think people should probably have gender dysphoria if they're going to get irreversible bottom surgery or top surgery. And people were saying you were a trans med or a true scum for that. And I was like, guys...
You can jump on... Oh, yeah, No Justice, whenever you're ready.
Sniffed a poop.
Well, thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to No Justice. Yeah, jump into the Discord and into my VC. My fucking nose hurts, and I don't know why. What's this? I don't know what any of that is. Or do you want me to send a thing to you? No Justice. Oh, yeah, I'll set up a Google Meet. It's easier. It's alright. I'll put that in the Twitter DMs in just a second. If you give me a moment. I wasn't expecting you this early. 1 second. Yeah, got it. Shut up, all of you. Yeah, I can't believe I got fucking debated by the fucking news. God, that's tragic. There you go, Twitter DMs. Oh! Outrageous! I'm being attacked on the Twitters. Look, I put, are these creatures even human? Oh, Kev, pot calling the kettle. Hello, what's this about? Hello there, No Justice MTJ.
You're right, Kev, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
I was thinking, to be honest, but I was going to make dinner, and then as soon as I finished with Novara, my brother knocked on my door, and had already... So...
Oh, okay. Well, how was Novara?
It was great. It was really good. I thought I did pretty well, so...
What did you talk about?
There was a big bit on the Rwanda stuff.
Yeah, I assume, I assume that would be the thing, yeah.
Yeah, we did a big thing about the Starmer's speech from earlier on today.
Oh, bingo palooza, eh?
Yeah, because we played bingo with it this afternoon, so I knew all about it, which was lucky for me.
Oh, you did a stream earlier today?
Oh yeah. So I'm not live on my end, but I'm happy chatting because my brother's busy on a video call anyway, so I've got nothing else happening, so I might as well jump on and cover the live Rwanda stuff.
Yeah,
Pretty funny stuff going on today.
Yeah, it's all a bit fucking mental, isn't it? They, the environment minister was literally This is how tight the vote's going to be, everyone. The environment minister was flown back from Dubai at COP28 to come back and vote on this.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 MPs who were due to go to the Caribbean who had their flights cancelled to drag them back for this. It's a first reading. These never go down. I was telling my chat before you got on. The last first reading that went down was in 1986.
Wow.
They never usually get challenged because you think, well, you allow the first reading to happen, and then the second, between first and second and third, you get, amendments and negotiations and back and forth, and that's in theory how you get good legislation, by refining it over those periods. But they're so against it, even at the first. It's like, no, this is dog shit. We're not voting for this. Amazing
yeah, 100%, 100%. The thing is, what's interesting as well, is that it reminds me a lot of, remember that confidence motion that wasn't a confidence motion, but then was a confidence motion that brought down Liz Truss?
I do, yes.
It reminds me exactly of that, because we covered it together. It was a fucking absolute mess. It was great fun.
It was, yeah. It was amazing.
But I think people are so tired of Tory party internal psychodrama. We're not getting the same level of kind of excitement over this. We're just kind of going, oh, fucking hell, happening again, is it? Because we live in a world of parliamentary defeats that just don't happen, right?
Yeah. Well, not just that. Well, because usually a good parliamentarian will know that they don't have the votes and withdraw the bill or something. But the Tories are just dog shit. But yeah, talking about the psychodrama, some of the groups that they're in, like the New Conservatives, the Northern Research Group, the Net Zero Scrutiny Group, the 5 Families thing, the Common Sense Group, was it Star Chamber or something? Was another one? The European Research Group, all of these. And you just think, it literally is the People's Front of Judea.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And we thought that the Labour Party had loads of internal divisions.
Well, this is the thing.
The divisions in the Labour Party are between the nice people and the absolute fucking honking great bellends, which is a lot easier of a distinction than all of the different flavours of bellend you get in the Conservative Party.
They are a smorgasbord of bellend, the Tory Party.
Bellendery.
Yeah. Did you see that Michael Fabricant and his stupid hair were knighted?
No.
Yeah, he's now a lord. He's a knight of the realm now. He is a sir.
Excellent. Next leader of the Labour Party. Let's go.
True. Honestly, who's going to be Prime Minister next? It's got to be Suella, right? You'd think. No. Oh.
I don't think she'd win the parliamentary caucus.
Who do you think will then?
If it's from the right of the party, I would expect it would be Kemi Badenoch. But I think that the One Nation group still has so much control of the party. I think it'd be somebody like Penny Mordaunt.
Oh no, it's just well, that's the thing. It's just going to be a dickhead regardless, isn't it?
Well, see, it's a gigantic poison chalice anyway. Who would want it? Who would want them to sign up to an election in 5 months with no time to get your party together, party united, have your policy platform down, be able to actually convince the public that you like it, and then really and truly just be on top of an incredibly pathetic Conservative Party? You probably lose more votes this way if you replace him.
Oh, no, certainly, yeah.
You're already losing your seat anyway for half of them, so let's throw the dice.
Well, it's like who wants to take over as the captain of the Titanic after the man shoots himself or whatever. Like, there's no fucking point in it.
Nope.
You're going to be remembered as the person that led them to their biggest defeat, possibly ever. Genuinely could be possibly the worst defeat they'll ever have. That could see them consigned to the dustbin of history, maybe.
This will definitely be the worst policy loss any government's ever had. Not by size, potentially, but most likely by the terms of the level to which it's a gigantic fucking, shooting yourself in the foot. There's no need to this. Like, whereas all of those Brexit deal parliamentary losses that humiliated May and Johnson, right? That was necessary because you needed to pass something because of Gina Miller to ensure that your government continued along the Brexit line.
Yeah.
The Rwanda policy is fucking pointless. It doesn't do anything. It's just a complete waste of everybody's time and money.
It's for 100 people.
Exactly. Don't give us back the criminals.
Yeah. Amazing shit. But again, they've decided it's safe, so that's fine, and it doesn't matter. They're literally gonna
legislate reality.
The same appeal will be made to the same court, which will make the same fucking decision. So it's just nonsense, man. They live in a fucking fantasy land.
100%.
What? I'm not sure why the Labour backbench is not full up. That's a bit weird. I don't know.
Are they still in the lobbies?
Possibly, I guess. Yeah, they might be filtering back through.
I mean, if there's still space on the no benches, having coming out of the lobbies, that would tend to the idea that the no lobby was larger, which isn't a good sign for Rishi.
No, the fact that all of his MPs are back already suggests it's going to be very close. I think. Yeah.
Only 29 Tory MPs need to vote against it if the opposition benches are full for them to lose.
If they are, but I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Because I would.
ERG are abstaining. I know that.
Oh, they're abstaining. Oh, they're not voting against. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that plays in his favour, I guess.
Means it needs to be like 60 odd or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that does make it the mathematics of it a lot more complicated.
But if people are abstaining, then that would lend to the idea that more people are revolting than are agreeing.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. Let's have a listen.
Presumably, but we are waiting to get the result of this crucial vote. The whole Rwanda policy, the plan to get people who arrive in the UK on small boats onto planes and to Rwanda to have their asylum claim processed there, all hangs on this vote, the result of which we're going to get in the next couple of minutes. Rishi Sunak has made it a key pledge, a key plan. Lots of money and time and political.
Also, the problem is, even if it gets through the first,
and yet not a single asylum.
Even if it gets through its first reading, it's still got to. Presumably, he's made promises to right-wing MPs to get them to either abstain or vote for it, that he's then going to implement. Right?
Yeah.
The government wins. Spoilers. The government has won the vote 313 to 269. I wasn't even close.
No, that's not. Yeah. That's not close. That's a.
No, there you go then. Wow.
That's underwhelming.
The government have the majority in the House. The number of votes on that was 269 ayes, 337 noes. So the amendment was voted down. So that means that Labour amendment to the bill was rejected. That was the first course, as it were. The main course coming up now in the next couple of moments. So if you are just joining us, we are going to stay with these live pictures of the House of Commons and wait for the result. We will see some bodies come up towards and fill that space there in the middle. When we look like the result will be with us, but at the moment, just a couple of minutes away. There's normally about 10 to 15 minutes between voting and result. And
we'll have a listen to what Rishi says after as well.
Now, let's just quickly get the thoughts of Vicky Young, who's not far from that chamber at all. Vicky.
Yeah, that's right. MPs do come through here. They go through the voting lobbies, and as you can see there, most of them now are back in the chamber, which means that they have voted. We counted about 17 who were just sitting there, the ones that we expected to abstain. Now, that might not be the total number who abstained or voted against, or, you know, they might not even be in there. They might be in the bar, who knows? But, you know, it could be around that number. One loyalist MP has come out saying he thinks it is a win for the government. But I think there will be a lot of Tory MPs scratching their heads about how they've ended up in this position. A reminder, not the same, of course, as those Brexit days, but, you know, it does feel like a bit of a throwback. The difference here, of course, is that this is a policy which most Conservative MPs, in broad principle, do agree on. And yet they've ended up in a situation with a healthy majority where there was speculation that the government might not be able to get it through, which would have been the first time since 1986, because because just to explain how it works, the second reading of a bill is just a broad discussion of the principles. So normally they go through with no problem at all. 1986 under Margaret Thatcher was the last time that there was a defeat at that stage. And what happens after that is then they go through the detail, they go into what's called committee stage, and then
bizarrely, the year afterwards, she won a healthy majority for the general election.
Yeah, very true.
Which hopefully does not bode well for Rishi, I don't know.
Polls were certainly very different.
Yes, that's true. And the Labour Party, for better or worse, much worse, is different.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yes. Oh, God. Although, talking of Kinnock's on the front bench, opposition benches, Stephen, his son, is the shadow immigration.
He's an absolute fucking great wanker.
Yeah, he was shite. He was really rubbish. But there were some absolute belters in some of the speeches I was watching earlier. Just, honestly, the 2019 Tory intake are just the dregs of humanity.
Oh, 100%.
The worst fucking people. Like, if nothing else good comes of next year's election, getting rid of most of those dickheads, because most of them were in, like, you know, red wall seats or whatever, and they will lose, can only be good for the body politic.
True. Very true.
It's a question of whether it is a breach of our international obligations.
Okay.
Here we go.
Order. Order.
The ayes to the right, 313. The noes to the left, 269.
And the cringes have it. The cringes have it.
Yeah.
They're cheering a majority of 80.
Order. The ayes to the right, 313. The noes to the left, 269. So the ayes have it, unlocked. We now come to the programme motion. To be moved formally, the question is, as on the order paper, as many as are of that opinion say aye. The contrary, no. Division, clear the lobby.
Oh, what the fuck?
So there we have it.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that then. Usually the Prime Minister would say something, but I don't know. Maybe because it's emergency legislation, they're pushing a lot of it through. I don't know. Anyway, that was disappointingly shite.
Yes, it was. I was hoping for random infighting taking down the government, but we've got boring accepted legislation.
It still might though. But because, like I say, in order to get the right to not oppose it as strongly as they looked like they were going to, he's definitely cut deals in the back, which he's going to have to try and implement in the bill without losing the One Nation folk.
Yeah, true.
Which doesn't seem likely, and even if it passes, it's still going to get challenged and fail. So it's just kicking the can down the road, either way, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Well, I presume you've got other things to be doing with your time.
I've got my bowl of rice and beans to eat, so I'll be eating that. I'm having Viennetta for dessert.
Oh, nice. Well, do enjoy.
I absolutely will. No worries. I'll see you at some point. At some point in the future. We'll almost certainly do some more streams together. So see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was majority of 44. So basically the ERG saved him by abstaining, in essence. Yeah. Did the old speaker step down? No, they're ill. They're ill. So this is the deputy speaker person. Yeah. This is the stream you like, so you should like the stream. True.
Guys, no.
So we'll go back to some pointless shite. Oh yeah, no, we were just doing pointless shite. Moving on.
No, obviously we should be having, and I made a video defending you for that. And a lot of people were mad, saying, no, she's a true scum, no, she's a true scum. And it's weird, because when you're a content creator, sometimes no matter whether or not your friend's in the right or the wrong, and I think you were in the right, like, I don't really think there was anything particularly disagreeable there. Sometimes you're put in this position where you've got to, like, sacrifice sometimes a substantial amount of your own livelihood to defend the idea or prospect of continuing to be friends with a person. It's happened to me before. Like, I lost tons of subs prior to burning the Shoe on Head bridge for defending Shoe on Head. And it's made my view of online friendships really grim. And
so the bill gets read into Parliament. No, what happens now is you have a second reading, right? So, and I think because it's emergency legislation, they're pushing it through tonight. Or going to try and push the second reading tonight. Yes, so it's essentially a piece of legislation starts off with first reading, second reading, third reading, right? And they have first reading in Parliament, and then they what's called like refining, basically, right? Where there's horse trading between different parties in the Parliament, both parties in the governing party usually, to decide on amendments and bits of legislation, bits of the legislation they want removed or changed in some way, and which amendments the government will support and won't support, etc. And by doing that, they go through first reading, second reading, third reading, and then it goes to become law. And they do the same in the House of Lords as well. There's like a back and forth. And so the first reading usually just gets sort of pushed through. It's fine. Like, no one even challenges it, because it's basically a way of starting the legislative process. So the fact that it was challenged even now is ridiculous. The fact that he's having to beg people to do it now is... yeah. Is this the we send 100 people to Rwanda and they send us all their criminals legislation? Basically, yes. Although that won't happen because, again, this is the government trying to pretend that reality is as they say it is. So... you know, I expected the House of Lords to cause some issues. Again, it will cause some issues at some point. All Rishi Sunak has done is survive tonight, so far. You know, he'll have promised right-wing dickheads in his party things that he can't realistically deliver. So I mean, I'd be very surprised if this actually becomes law, and if it does, it will be challenged and be seen to be illegal. So. It's sort of irrelevant in a way. But from Rishi Sunak's perspective, he survived this one task. This very first possible stumbling block. Yeah, pretty bad.
And it's often that I'll have a chatter come in and try to start something, like what happened with me. And with me and you, and sometimes it's nothing, and I'm like, I got you. You're just trying to stir up drama. And sometimes it's something that's like genuinely, wow, I'm glad I saw this. This genuinely does hurt me, and I'm glad this was brought to my attention. And that's kind of how I felt after I saw that.
Should I start the lettuce can? No, I to be honest with you, I think he'll survive the rest of this year. I think Rishi Sunak will be Prime Minister on the 1st of January. And that is about as far as I'm prepared to go at this point.
Clipped, because from my thought process, months and months ago I'd explained to you what Shoe on Head and Demon Mama did. Or not Shoe on Head and Demon Mama. What Shoe on Head did to me and Demon Mama. And then that chatter criticized your positive platforming of Shoe on Head, which is also something I take issue with. By mentioning, arguably, vaguely, I'll agree, but vaguely mentioning what Shoe on Head did to me and Demon Mama, without mentioning our names, and then you responded antagonistically towards that person. So from my perspective, and I don't think this is what you meant, assume, like, I'm being very charitable, I don't think that's what you meant. From my perspective, what it looked like was, knowing what she had done to me and Demon Mama, you heard a chatter reference it, say, she will do this to you if you ever disagree with her. Why are you defending her? And your response was to call them terminally online, indicating that any...
so they're going to committee stage now. Okay, so there won't be a new vote on this until the new year then. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. So basically, yeah, like I say, he'll survive the new year. I think he'll survive the new year now, but that's about it. That's literally all I'm going to prepare to go.
anybody who takes issue with what Shu did to me in Demon Mama has recognized the
Right.
pattern of how
so
she
the person
goes
didn't
against.
mention either Shu or Demon Mama and was simply creating a position that someone that they do not know holds. And that was the problem. That's what I think is parasocial. When people treat content creators like they're all characters in a soap opera or something instead of actual people.
Sure, but I really don't think.
Yeah, that makes sense,
So, for
Marinaka.
example, a lot
Yeah.
of people talk about the harassment that you face, and they call it.
No, the next scheduled election, there has to be an election. It's 5 years plus 6 weeks is the maximum term you can have, right? So it's 5 years of actual government, and then the 6 weeks for a general election. General election in the UK, as soon as the government call it, you then have 6 weeks general election. That's it, right? It's not like in America where you have this rolling thing where basically the election never stops. You have so December the 19th or whatever the fuck it was, we had the election on. So it's that plus 6 weeks. So basically it's early January 2025 is the latest it could happen, but realistically it would be probably in the summer or autumn of next year that the Tories would want to go for an election. You would think. But in theory they could hold it off till January of 2025. That seems very unlikely, but it is possible.
Drama. They say, oh yeah, Keffals is in some drama right now. Meanwhile, you're getting death threats. People are trying to swat you and dox you and find your fucking address, right? And I hate it. I really hate when I hear that kind of stuff. I hate when people refer to stuff that isn't unironic, petty, nothing stuff online as drama. People do this with serious stuff all the time, and it really upsets me. Accusing somebody who is how much, I don't even know how many subs Shuonhead has. Probably a few million, right? I've got almost 100,000 subs. I'm creeping my way up. Shuonhead has well, back then I had way less. Shuonhead's magnitude's larger than me. And her response to me calling out her support of a conspiracy theory started by Nazis about how companies are trying to push gay LGBT groomer propaganda and normalization on people. I'm trying to post the screenshot of it. Do I have to down?
I think that's
copy paste.
I think that's where the point of contention really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Destiny wrote a whole manifesto about me. He said
Mm-hmm.
some fucked up things about me. I don't care if you're his friend or if you ever want to get close to Destiny or anything like that, because it doesn't really affect me. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way that I see this entire space, basically, this is an office, you know? We all work together. We're co-workers. We don't all have to like each other, but we do have to be able to work in the same environment.
Yeah, and that's
Sure.
kind of what I was alluding to earlier as well, is the fact that, this is a vast space with, several different creators from several different backgrounds, and there's tons of crossover between all these creators. So, there's going to be times when people you associate with either interact with or even develop friendships with people that you don't like. And, is it a little bit uncomfortable at times when these things happen? Yeah, sure. But I mean, it's just part of being in this space. There is going to be crossover with people that you associate with that you don't necessarily like. It constantly happens. And I think
January the 9th, 2025 is the latest, apparently. Okay. That seems unlikely. I don't think they'd do a Christmas fucking general election. That would be weird. Christmas and New Year's like a worst time possible. It'd be very silly.
I think trying to, I don't know, have these requests of people not associating with people just because you have a personal issue with them, I just don't see it as reasonable. But that's just my personal take on it.
See, I think
I feel like Oh, sorry.
No, Zan, I feel like it's unreasonable to want to burn the bridge over this when all I did was simply react to some drama that Shu was in. But if you were to put out a video, putting out your case for why Shu was a piece of shit, and here are all the ways that Shu has wronged you, and then I responded to that video attacking you and defending Shu, I feel like that'd be a completely different case, because I've gone out of my way, I've gone to bat for you. And that's why this hurts so much, that you were immediately willing to call me a snake and a dick rider when I've never said anything even half as mean about you publicly or privately for that matter.
I'll admit I definitely got a bit emotional because I felt very betrayed, and the reason why I immediately jumped to Twitter was because it felt as though you already knew about this. Like, it felt as though you had heard about this, you knew about it all, and basically didn't care. That's how it felt, and that upset me. Like, I feel like if I told my friend that somebody that they're also friends with did like a heinous thing to me, and then they continued going on like they didn't care, that would feel like pretty snaky behavior, wouldn't it? I do apologize for making the tweet. I jumped pretty quick, but like, I don't feel like it was this awful, horrible thing that we couldn't have continued to work out in private.
This is so dumb. All of this is so dumb. But we're gonna fucking carry on, okay? 3 times it's taken me to even fucking get this far, so it's happening. Buckle in.
But after that point, I tried to.
Well, after...
And with that kind of approach to content creation, don't forget to hit the follow button and subscribe and do bits messages. Support this quality content.
After you said what you said, I didn't know if you were going to come
$5. It's $5.
I try to always be good faith. I never, at any point in this, wanted to be bad faith, right? Like, I felt betrayed by somebody who I felt like was a friend of mine, because, like, I was hoping that we could hang out in real life and shit, and I can't...
The tweet is still up.
Yeah, because you didn't respond to my messages asking to work it out in private, and then made a drama stream about it. Why would I take the tweet down?
You made the tweet 3
what
minutes
is
after
Tipster?
my
I don't know who
first
Tipster
reply
is. Apparently they get around. They're a community lingerer? That sounds harsh, like I'm criticising. But you know what I mean, like they're a person who's around, apparently.
You in DMs while you were still live on stream.
I don't think I'd seen your reply yet. And yes, I was live on stream. I saw it on stream, and I reacted to it on stream.
Right, so
That's part of why... that's probably a good bit of why my reaction was as quick to drop as it was. I'm sure I would have been a little bit less heated had I been able to take a few more seconds, I'll admit that. But I don't think that my contention here, or my issue with what's happened, is all that unreasonable. I think that a lot of people... I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding how rough it is getting mass amounts of harassment online, and that was my biggest harassment campaign I'd ever received. So much so that I still receive the trickling in to this day, right? And it was from someone who I was previously friends with. And that's happened many times. Like stuff like what happened with Shoeonhead. I burnt a lot of bridges, and a lot of them were burnt for good reasons.
Zan.
Yeah?
Zan, in the harassment campaign I was in, it escalated to the point where I had firearms pointed at me.
I understand.
And then I had streamers who were saying that was a lie and it never happened, who were making hundreds of thousands of views off the situation. And I'm still friendly with the streamers who are friends with him, you know? That situation is far worse. I don't know why you're not willing to extend grace to someone who's had your back and who has been by your side, because I definitely went to bat for you through all the Sasha stuff.
I definitely appreciate that, but I don't feel like something that, maybe I just think about it as more severe, but I mean, because of Shoeonhead, I get I get constantly called a pedo and death threats. I'm pretty upset about it. I can't really let that go and grit my teeth and bear it. And the fact that she actively planned on making a video to try to take me down and stopped because I found out she was doing it, because it relied on dropping a video by surprise and not giving me time to respond. It was an active attempt at career assassination, obviously. She called it the Xanderhal video, but I know you tried to defend it as calling me Xanderhal. I don't know. I think that's I personally wouldn't be able to feel comfortable with hanging out with you or trusting you with stuff. That's a big part of it. At a certain...
He's a very, very sensitive soul, Xanderhal, I think. He takes things far too personally. And again, sort of reacts like a bit of a bitch, to be honest. Sorry.
Point. Like, okay, but this person's also friends with someone who hates me and wants to see my career end. Can I really trust this person with anything? Like anything? Like, can I be friends with somebody who is also friends with someone who wants to see me burn? Like, what if she decides that she's more friends with Shu one day? You understand how that, like, how that thought process is, right? Like, I don't feel like it's that crazy, but I understand that if you're not someone who really feels that way, why it might seem that I'm just jumping the gun. I think people have a tendency to dehumanize content creators a bit too much. People are telling me, like, touch grass and stuff, and it's like, dog, I barely post on Twitter compared to how much other content creators do. I'm basically always touching grass. The reason why I come into this space and I get so upset about this.
Yeah, there's so much touching grass. You definitely strike me as a person who lives like a normal life. Hondo.
Shit is because I'm not used to the kind of shit that goes down online.
I find that
feel
weird
like it's
because
very...
you've been at this longer than I have.
Yeah, but I don't... Like, I stream and I hop on Twitter every once in a while, but mostly I'm just, like, hanging out with my friends. Or, like, maybe I'll watch, like, YouTube and movies and stuff. I don't really spend a lot of time engaging online when I don't have to. I try not to, at least, especially after I got banned from Twitter and I got exposed to how fucking nice it is to not be on there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just feels as though it almost feels more terminally online to say you have to look past this person. Like, if I feel like if I had a real life friend and one of them...
If you had a real life friend, yeah, go on.
Accused falsely my other real life friend...
Who is real? They do exist.
Being a pedophile, an attempt, or like being a pedo enabler, in an attempt to retaliatorily like spread misinfo and rumors about them to destroy them. I feel like I would be under a moral obligation to pick at that point. Like, there's no way I would feel that I could continue being friends with both of them. Clearly, somebody was in the wrong in all of this, and I don't want to be associated with the person who is in the wrong. And that...
The fuck was that?
That's just how I go about things.
Right. I don't think that it's a... I'm just confused.
Jesus Christ, this is how bad. Look, for all of the strong talk of the Tories about how they were going to do this and they were going to do that, they're all shitting themselves. They don't want to cause a general election. Not a single Tory MP voted against that Rwanda bill. About 40 of them abstained, but not one voted against it. Because they realise if this goes down, the government goes down, and there's probably a general election. Self-serving wankers couldn't give the slightest fuck. Absolutely pathetic. Wouldn't want to stop the gravy train, would we, lads?
I'm confused by the whole thing. Because if this was a situation...
I don't think...
I'm very
I don't think
familiar.
anybody has a problem with the way that you feel about...
Oh, yeah, they were whipped, absolutely. Yeah. Quite literally, yeah. But not a single one voted against it. Not one.
Shoot, like, she did you dirty. I mean, everybody in this call has faced, like, harassment campaigns and been under attack by larger creators. It's happened to all of us. So we can definitely empathize with the way you feel about Shu. I just don't think... I just don't think pulling a guilt by association with Keffals, I don't think that's the move. But that's just how I feel about it.
I don't know. I just think it's funny that I got, like, literally years of harassment for being friends with Shu on Head, and then when I finally, like, called her out because what she was doing was so clearly a pattern that not even I, after years of being friends with her, could make excuses for it anymore. Now I get shit for holding other people to that same standard. I think that aspect of it's a little funny, too. But, like, yeah, no, I genuinely do feel betrayed, and, like, I could never trust somebody who
Betrayed. He's
from-
like Caesar. He really is. He is Caesar, and Keffals is Brutus. Facts. Facts. Not hyperbole. Pure, unadulterated factoid.
Friends with somebody who is that willing to try to take me down.
Vosh
for
is
something
still
so-
friends with Shu.
and disagrees with what she did so much. He made a whole video calling her out, called her a stupid bitch multiple times in the video, refuses to platform her, talk about...
Oh, I support him because he called him stupid bitch. Look, he was repeatedly sexist, and that's why I'm still friends with him. Is honestly one of the weirdest pieces of self-defense I've ever heard in my life. That is... No notes, man. No notes.
about her positively publicly at all. Like, literally only maintains, like, friendliness contact through, like, DMs probably. I don't think they hang out in real life.
So wait, it's actually better for you that Bosch got pushed by his audience to only have it as a private
Pushed
friendship?
by his audience. I talked to him about what she did, and he agreed it was fucking awful.
So do you think that Keffals agrees that what she did to you was okay?
It really does seem that way, yeah.
What? I never...
Also, Vosh is he's still friends with her. That doesn't get him around it. He's picking on one person who is a woman and trans, maybe coincidental, who knows, for being friends with a person, but not the well, he's not straight, is he? The dude, the white dude, you know.
Never said that. That's not true.
For doing the same thing.
You said that she, like, reached out and wanted to apologize because she's genuinely sorry about pedo-jacketing the trans community. Then after that, she pedo-jacketed me for calling out her pedo-jacketing the trans community.
She didn't pedo-jacket the trans community. That is a very broad generalization.
Can you make it so I can post the screenshots in this chat, please? Because I can't post them right now for some reason. Can you make it so I can?
In the case... Hold on a second. What is the screenshot?
So the first one is her responding to a neo-Nazi named Pedro Gonzalez, who they're like big oomfies. They talk all the time. He is a pro-Proud Boys, like he's like you know that Wojak meme where it's like the Hispanic guy saying to the other Hispanic guy, "Get out of our country, you don't belong here," or whatever. Like, he's like one of those dudes. He's like he's a Nazi dude, and here, let me see if I can just bring up the. What he tweeted, quote tweeting Libertarian Party of Texas. They said, "Is this really your only defense when libertarians call you out? You seem really obsessed." He quote tweets it, and Pedro L. Gonzalez saying, "Totally unsurprising that the Libertarian Party's response here is, what's all the fuss about pedophilia? Taking bets on how long before the party does map outreach explicitly." He replied, this guy's a neo-Nazi, by the way. He doesn't like libertarians because he is authoritarian, right? He replies, "Why are you, as a father, so obsessed with the concerning growth and normalization of pedophilia?" Where is this concerning growing normalization of pedophilia that she's talking about? Like, because I'm pretty sure, especially because the tweets that were happening at this time that I was responding to, the person I responded to, Pedro Gonzalez, was talking about the Balenciaga thing. This was during the gay groomer Balenciaga discourse. That's what I called out, is her responding to a Nazi that she is friends with, agreeing with the gay groomer shit, her pushing of the Balenciaga thing. It even got to the point where people were spray painting shit on the side of Balenciaga stores.
See,
about
my
how
point
it
of
was full
contention
pedophiles.
isn't, because I disagreed with her during the Balenciaga stuff. My contention, the contention that I have with this is that you saying she pedo-jacketed the entirety of the trans...
Fuck it, we're gonna give some George Santos. Let's go.
Hey James, just wanted to stop by to congratulate you for being the largest landowner in your county with your brother through all your LLCs. I think it's amazing that you share a passion for Smurfs and the Pink Panther. And look, congrats on your promotion. I hope that the struggles of this year don't transfer to next year and that you slay and kill it. I want to wish you, James, a very happy Hanukkah. Bye.
What about Merry Christmas? You can't even say Merry Christmas these days. without people biting your dick off.
Hey Azan, I hear you have been dealing with a dip in viewership, but I'm here to let you know that slay queens always overcome. Much like me, no one can hold you down. Keep it up. Your community loves you. Get it, girl.
Well, Hassan is can only react well to that, surely. Please, 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 please stop sending this man money. Please. For the love of God.
Community.
I mean, oh, here's a good meme.
Because like this is a thing
so
that
here's
you do,
here's a clip.
Zan.
No, it's all good. No, let me say this. So here's Pedro L. Gonzalez. I can't.
What do you mean he's better than Farage? Farage is the king of Cameo. How dare you? Ara is all I need to say. My bossy be so talented it's doing backflips. Big Chungus, etc. These are all his catchphrases.
Copy paste these screenshots here, unfortunately. I don't know why. But I'll just read the tweets. So here is Shu quote tweeting, "Hey, it's Vadim." Vadim said, "It's interesting to see Kyle turn into Jimmy Dore while Jimmy Dore turns into Dave Rubin, and Shu remains as clueless and useless to the left as she's always been." Shu quote tweets it saying, I love when these guys use such telling language like this, useless to the left. Like I have an obligation to be a tool for whatever they think the left is, weirdo behavior. He replies, this is the Nazi guy she's
Dirty track.
If you're not helping normalize pedophilia, you are a traitor to the left, Shu.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Nigel Farage is absolutely one of the reasons that Britain is so shit. But it's funny. Well, I'm not entirely sure what the ara thing is, but I know it's pronounced like or whatever. It's some like weird pronunciation. I think it's an anime thing. I don't know. Someone did explain it to me before. Yeah, but I know it's not pronounced ara. So, what's this?
Jojo Ray flew on a Fokker 70 and ate a vegan sausage roll. Epic dub. I also just finished an anime binge with my G.
An anime binge with my G. He just finished an anime binge with my G.
Joseph Lenton. Ara.
Jesus Christ. Anime binge. Anime. Oh, I want to watch more Nigel Farage now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hook it into my fucking veins.
Victory is ours.
Thank you, Wayward Historian, for giving sub to Maria End, and thank you, Reginald of the Exeter the Firsts, for following. Welcome to the Kevolution.
Alert. All based and pog-piled squad gamers. There is a sus imposter on my observe marker, and his name is Dewey. He is draining our tickets by firing Chungus, ATG. I saw Boris vent. Keep being the girl boss you are. Stay sus and don't choke on these nuts. I have to say to you.
Don't choke on these nuts. Oh my God. He's such a twat. He's such a twat.
Up the ticks and wagwan pifting. What's that BBM pin? I'm told you'll know what that means. Please have a pogtastic day and don't let the sussy imposter get you down. Keep an eye in electrical because I saw someone vent in there. But hey, we're out. Love from me, Big Nige, the Kenny lads, and hamsters. Big Chungus has rewarded you with a free boneless pizza. Please proceed to Oakview Cafeteria for early lunch before the sus schoolhouse imposter steals it. Poggers, congratulations on coming out.
Poggers. What does he think these were? I genuinely want to climb inside his head just for a second and work out what does he think any of these words mean. What does Nigel Farage think Big Chungus is? What the fuck does he think venting an electrical means? He clearly doesn't know what anime is because he pronounced it anim. He had an anim binge with his G. What does he think a G is? It's fucking mental. He is a mentaloid. Actually, Farage was closer than you, by the way. Ara Ara kind of means oh my and is frequently associated with the MILF anime. Let me see if I can find it. No, don't show me MILF anime. I don't need to see any of this nonsense.
But sorry for Boris.
Oh yeah, this was
Boris, Mark, or not?
That's where I've been for the last few years. I've got to say, I'm immensely grateful to you for everything you've done in British politics over the last few years. I used to be an ardent Remainer. I voted Remain. I believed in the European project.
Mm-hmm.
I believed that staying in the European Union was the best thing for us. And then something happened, and something monumental happened. It completely changed my opinion on the whole situation.
What was that monumental thing, Mark?
I was kicked in the head by a horse.
Right, very good. Okay, fine. Thank you. Mark, we're going to move on from that and go to David. And you...
I was kicked in the head by a horse. Absolutely top tier bants.
And your friends say we all support you. However, you are very sus. Happy Pog Day to you, but...
What does it think sus means? I need to know.
Don't let the sussy backer imposters sabotage you. Big Chungus sends his regards. Joggers, sus, Big Chungus, Among Us, Ligma. You lads are more sus than anti-Brexiteer
Ligma
who drives a Toyota Prius to work and loads mulch for a living. Yes, Amogas is a sussy gay backer boy. Big Chungus sends his throbbing love to you. Quick.
Oh, there's no way he doesn't know what that means. There's no fucking way he doesn't know. Big Chungus is sending his big throbbing love to you. There's no fucking way. He knows exactly what that is.
Electrical. What on earth have you done? It's all a bit sus. If Big Chungus scrambled your memory, you can use your new blue passport. Isn't that great? To defeat him. Congratulations for coming out on your Pogger's 17th birthday. Shish. You're the birthday boy that's just vented in electrical. So I don't want Big Chungus to come and sabotage your MacD's hairline. I wouldn't want that one little bit. And who'd have thought? Keep being the girl boss you are. Stay sus and don't choke on D's nuts. Rule Big Chungus. Big Chungus rules the waves. Charles, you are the sus Chungus imposter. I saw you and Desmond vent to electrical. I hear that you are a Chungus.
Oh my god, how quickly did that come? Rule Britannia disintegrate. Oh, fuck me. Rule Big Chungus rules me.
This imposter. And you're a big Ramona. Bunga, bunga, bunga. Have a poggy day, you sussy Chungus Welsh Chelsea rent boy. Big love. You've got some funny friends, Ed. A winner chicken dinner in Fortnite. The sussy backer. And I'm told you love Among Us and Fortnite. It's gay wearing eyeliner. Well, that's what he says, but you know what? Each to their own. If that's what you want to do. He also says that Big Chungus does not send his throbbing love. Well, incredible. Beware of imposters. Beware of Big Chungus. Be sus at all times. And your friends say you're a very special crewmate and you never, ever, ever vent to electrical. Well, happy Pog Day, Ben Murphy, Wales. Where's the whiff at? I hear you're having a fat merge tonight. 12-inch record is big sus stinky cringe. Genuine love from all of the whiff gang.
I don't know what this means.
Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of a Chungus one. Wishing a sussy back a birthday to Reese, the Beast Mora. All the Brexit football boys hope you have a Chungus crewmate day. P.S. Don't think. Oh, Willie G. Duh, duh, duh. Chungus never seems so sus. So sus. So sus.
Oh no, he's doing a Sweet Caroline. I wasn't prepared for a Sweet Caroline. It's too much, Nige. It's too much. You're a saucy backer. Big Chungus throbbing love.
He vents to electrical. You sussy Chungus backer. And it is quite an accolade, really, isn't it? I mean, you're going to have a big Chungus party to celebrate it all, as you are indeed the sussiest of all backers. The number one bottom in the UK. Well, I tell you what, it's quite something. Sore shaved bollock head. And you're playing this game.
Hang on. Need that one again.
It's quite something. Sore shaved bollock head.
Sore shaved bollock head. Oh, he's he's Alan Partridge, man, I swear to God.
And you're playing this game called Warzone, where you're doing battle nightly against the Europeans. And I'm to congratulate you on your excellent work on your KD ratio in Verdansk and crushing people on European servers. Molly May's done well. She's become the creative director of Pretty Little Thing, and well done her. And her comment that we all have the same 24 hours every day. What's she saying? She's saying that any of us, if we work hard, have a bit of luck, and have got ability, regardless of our backgrounds, regardless who we are, can go out there in the world and succeed. It's all about having dreams, having ambition.
A lot easier when you go to the fucking posh private schools, though, isn't it, Nige?
Yeah, sure, not everyone can make it, but for goodness sake, if you're criticising Molly May, you're taking away people's dreams. Don't do that. Molly May is on the right track.
I know what KD ratio is.
A message for Jude, and it's booked by Tom. Today is not Pod Day. Like the UK in Brexit, you must leave. Unfortunately, Daddy and Mummy Bennett have voted off the sussy imposter. Big Chungus from Amogus isn't pleased by this decision. Joe wishes you luck at school in Novo Potrockskaya.
What the fuck was that?
Hi CJ, I've got a message for you and it comes from Josh. And he says, great news that you're 74% Indian. That's so pog. I also heard that Ajaz is doing a money mission. CJ, I don't know what it means, but I think you will. Have a great day. Well, being whisked away for the holiday of a lifetime. Yes, you're going up to the Isle of Cocks. How about that?
He must know that's not real.
Hi, Rafi. It's me, Nigel Farage, and I have got a message for you. Yes. Happy birthday from Con, Pappy, Madison, and Big Chungus. I wonder, why is Madison always eating? Don't get that. And they all say great things about you, Rafi. You've been keeping the boys together through sweaty COD sessions, even when landing at...
Link this, please. Yeah, by all means.
Construction is too hot, so clearly a man of leadership abilities. And from me too, please have a wonderful birthday. Hi, fam. Got a message for you from Joel.
Hi, fam. I just, Jesus.
Delivered by me,
Christ.
Nigel Farage. Hey fam, just loaded my dungeon swap bags. Sellers getting wrecked out there. And I understand that's an inside joke and it will cheer you up. Fam, I really hope that it does the job.
He thinks the person's called fam. He thinks there's a person called fam there. He literally... Okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it, ultimately? Who cares?
A message for Mike Latourus delivered by me, Nigel Farage, and it comes from Thick. And it is to congratulate a gaming friend, absolutely. Thickest of GGs to you, my boy, Mike Latourus, for nailing a 360-degree, no scope, off the map, love from Brexit Bay. And I understand they've been winding you up for years about not being able to pull off trick shots. So it's all meant, Mike, in very, very good humour.
Jojo Ray flew on a Fokker 70 and ate a vegan sausage roll. Epic.
Oh, Mike Litourus. Okay, yeah, okay, I missed that one.
I also just finished an anime binge with my
Anime binge.
Joseph Lenton. Ara, ara.
A message for John, and it comes from Suze, delivered by me, Nigel Farage. You know you're my BFF. Shrek is love, DC is jazz, and you can count on me forever. Like Chet said, big up the island and up like seven.
That's a Chet Hanks reference when he said big up the island about Jamaica in a Jamaican accent. Now we're down the fucking rabbit hole of nonsense.
Oh my God. Big up the whole island, massive. It's your boy Chetana, coming straight from the Golden Globes, you want saying? Me father Tom Hanks presenting in a what soon forward come. Big up, tune in.
That's the son of Tom Hanks. That's the son of Tom Hanks. The whitest human that's ever existed.
And John, I know you've been a fan and a supporter of mine, so I thank you for that. I understand the two of you broke up, so you maybe both need a little bit of cheering up, and I hope this helps. And Suze also wants to say, be happy even if you're not together. And remember, Suze has just so much love for you. Best of luck to both of you. Hey, Lukey.
It is www.nigelfaragefeet.com. I hadn't noticed that. That's the name of the fucking channel. Oh, Jesus.
I've got a message for you, and yes, it comes from Jason. This message is to say, happy birthday from your favourite crewmates. Just remember, don't forget to hit a QS and clean out those nosy teas. It's a bad day.
Don't know what that
to be
means.
A blankie, am I right? Tell the imposter it's time for a whiskey pie. We'll see him among us at the watch house if he offers to pay with his corporate card. Please forward him on to Jason for distribution inquiries, and always remember, if in doubt, vent to electrical. Happy birthday. A message for Pop John Robert, and it comes from Jack and the neighbours. Attention, we discovered that you are the sus imposter and that you vent into suspension. All the crewmates voted you out. Create more sus rap songs, Robert. All of the crewmates love your lyrics. Happy 16th Big Chungus Day, John. Have a very happy Pog Day.
Pog Day!
A message for sussy gamers delivered by me, Nigel Farage, on behalf of Quillman. And this is about a new music release for his band, Slave Frickers. Yes, I, Big Chungus, am urging you to listen to Bottom Text and Melvin's Final Snack. Yes, crewmates, it could be even better than Brexit. Remember, the Slave Frickers, that's the group. Go for it. Spending your life on Twitter. I mean, that's where saddos are. What are you doing tweeting away about? Oh, Ben Speed, it's going to be your birthday very, very soon. And I'm to tell you to use your Swaz Techers against Pat Keys and delivering a Brexit boot if needs be. And to play Mo Lester in pro clubs. And this comes with kind regards from Liam. Ben, hope you have a really fantastic birthday. Raise a glass.
Mental. Absolutely mental. People want that man to be Prime Minister. Not good people. but unfortunately, powerful people.
And then literally a day later, she replies to that guy, who she is impies with, why are you as a father so obsessed with...
He is a specimen. He's a toilet. He's an absolute toilet human being, yes.
Concerning growth...
That's Nigel Farage, by the way. No, not anyone necessarily in this.
Normalization of pedophilia. What do you think they're talking about, Shu?
Do you think that it might be a bit of a bad idea to try and frame these tweets during an incredibly heated drama cycle as her definitive opinions on all of these issues? Like, who
True,
here
Rohak.
has tweeted
Yeah.
while they're heated?
It is very much a drug is a cake is a made up drug, that sort of thing. Yeah. I was wondering what you think of Lonerbox. Lonerbox is okay. He's a fucking lib, you know, in some ways, but he's all right as a person. I get on with him. Okay, he's fine. He's one of the better libs, basically.
Heated as fuck and immediately regretted it before. I know I have.
Oh, by the way, the Pedro... oh yeah, sorry, I'm just going through the screenshots here. I wanted to post them all in like a big dump so you could go over them, but yeah, sorry. Little ADHD, it's hard to scroll through screenshots.
But yeah, it's just like, what does it have to do with me again? Why are you willing to burn bridges over...
Oh no. Oh, the chuds are going to absolutely go mental. Discord has adopted policies banning targeted misgendering and dead naming. Oh god, this is like Chud 9/11. No. They are going to lose their shit. And I'm very much here for it. Godspeed, Discord. Godspeed.
Like, yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
I have been harassed far worse, and I'm willing to bury the hatchet and move on with my life, and I don't understand why you're not willing to do the same.
I guess I'm just a sensitive, like, lefty SJW.
True.
I'm too woke.
Are you voting for Biden?
Oh, hell yeah.
And you know that Biden's government has given billions to Israel, helping to perpetuate...
Oh, this is an interesting and spicy topic, which means I'm going to go for a piss and we'll be back. We'll be back, okay? Stick with the cats, and I'll be back.
Jump, dude. Oh, sorry. What? Gosh. Mom! Oh, God.
Look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest.
We don't do that. Put her down, please. We don't do that.
Yes, she's happy for me. She's happy for... Look, she's happy. Look. Bite it.
Oh, I see.
Mimia. Mimia.
Hello. Ow!
Nice, Ryan.
I said, there's been a security breach. No, but I forgot to fucking unmute myself because I'm a dumb cunt, okay? This can't be a surprise to you people.
Perpetuate genocide, right?
Very good memes.
How is
oh
that?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, you totally go and touch a lot of grass. When your response to that is, lol, good memes. Put it back on. Shut up, you sussy big chungus. Poggers.
People in your chat were giving me shit for being against the U.S. pulling out of Afghanistan.
No.
saying
Don't pivot to my chat. I'm making a point. It's not a meme.
No, I mean you're unironically you're trying to do some weird like debate bro shit when I'm actually having a conversation with you that's been completely good faith. I haven't even.
Oh no, it's debate purgatory of the worst kind. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still a good point, even though it's.
I'm not
I haven't even tried.
Do you remember when she was banning people for being debate pervs, by the way? That was fun. I got unbanned in the end.
Hey, bro, shit. There's a point behind. This isn't a gotcha.
You're gonna try to.
This isn't a gotcha.
Okay, why? How am I hypocritical? Explain.
The point is, if you're willing to understand that if you're still willing to vote for Biden with that, you're willing to look at the situation with nuance. But I don't think you're willing to look at the situation in front of us with nuance.
Yeah, I don't expect to ever have Joe Biden come to my house.
What? Okay, that's just weird. It's weird. Hello there, everybody in both YouTube chat and Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, come over and say hello on the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, go and subscribe on YouTube. I get paid on Twitch, so if you wanted to come over and follow me and watch adverts, that would also be cool. Jones sounds like... Okay, that's... Didn't need to read that out, really, did I? That didn't need to happen. You can also gift subs, do subs, subscribe, do the bits and the things. These are things you can do. I need to get better at, like, selling. Not like selling things, because I'm not going to be doing that. But, like, selling myself. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I'm not good at this.
Like, if I'm ever gonna hang out with like a content creator friend, like would you ever let somebody who's good buddies with Destiny come to your house, or like hang out with you in real life?
Yes, I've actually invited one to my house, Loner Box.
Ooh.
Jesus. Well, I don't have that kind of trust for any content creator. I've been burned many times in this space, and maybe I'm too overcautious. So, like, there was the thought slime thing that I got so much shit for despite being right. Like, the literal meme about me has been, there's a drama, I'm correct, I get endless amounts of shit for it, and then people realize I was right in hindsight. That's the literal entire meme behind me, and yet the same pattern repeats every time. People just assume I must be crazy or wrong before they even give me the chance to hear out what I have to say. Every time.
He's always
willing
right.
To have this conversation with you, but
he's a very serious boy who's always right about everything. He's basically a 6-year-old trapped in a 25-year-old's body or whatever. Rhizome has the best self-promo game, almost certainly. And is just a better content creator than I am. I'm just going to put that out there. Whether you agree with his politics or not, people, Rhizome does fucking good content. I'm just putting it's just a thing. Get an OnlyFans, Kev. A lot of practice selling. Look, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. The Kev is D-list, D-tier pussy, okay? Fact. What's this? The way... Hang on. Oh, that is expert level. I didn't know what was happening at first, but honestly, I had to watch it to make sure there wasn't going to be, like, rabbit bombing. Because no one needs that. That's not TOS. Boom! Bed stealage. That was one of the heists of the century. Also, white replacement. Because, you know, literally. That's what that was. The real Grace replacement theory. Rabbits.
It really seems more like You are the person who instigates burning the bridge. I saw you do this with Merrick. I had to actually step in because I thought you were being pretty unfair to her.
To be fair, yeah, I was coming off of COVID, and to be fair, I am right now as well. I got reinfected about a week ago, and that scrambled my brain a
Exactly.
bit.
Black Bunny's coming over here stealing our beds. It's a snuffly invasion. Gray's replacement. Come on now. That's the level we're working at. Champions League winner here. He's got game both on and off the pitch.
I was pretty quick to jump to, like, assuming that Merrick must have been in favor of the video that was made shitting on me. I think it was me, Vosh. I think it might have been shitting on Demon Mama 2. Shark, I know, got some shit from that video. Yeah. Anyway, Merrick had no idea what that video was being made for, and after we talked it out, I was like, okay, I jumped the gun. But here, I'm like, we've talked it out, and I'm still very much, like, disagreeing with what you're telling me here. I think there's a big difference between being able to, like, suck it up and fight for a political cause, and being able to suck it up and continue being friends with somebody that you feel like fundamentally doesn't respect you as much as you respect them, if that makes sense.
I was willing to fundraise a legal fund for you when you were in a drama with Sasha. I can't name on more than one hand the amount of content creators I would go to bat for like that.
Yeah, and while you were getting massively harassed by Karl Max's community sending you death threats and shit because that dude's a piece of shit, I literally just let me check what it was on my channel.
Do I not know that one?
For the
Either it
record,
hasn't
his
gone up
community never
yet, or
sent
it's
me death
recent.
threats.
They were sending you the falling anvil emote. Like, isn't that like a reference at... I know it's like a thing with his, like, branding, but that's implying... I swear anyway, whatever, sorry. Anyway, like...
Is he Bad Empanada but whiny? No, he's not as mental. Bad Empanada's too fucking strange and mad. That's the real difference. Look, he's more whiny than Bad Empanada, sure. But Bad Empanada's like... Actually, like, there's something wrong with him. I don't know what. I honestly don't know what, but... Yeah. Why does Keffals want to be friendly with Shu? Because Shu has a massive audience. Why do you think anyone wanted to be okay with Shu? She has a massive audience of people that you wouldn't necessarily, as a leftist, be able to tap into in a way. You know, it's a growth medium. No, that's not the right phrase I'm looking for. It's a growth area potentially for a leftist channel, right?
I'm pretty sure...
Like, it's... For me, it was always entirely cynical. Every one of the people who made friends with Shu, it was cynical.
Yeah, it's not even up yet. Like, I'll still have it put out. I did a video in a stream. I'm back, COVID again, Soyboy Discourse, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens. Yeah, it was literally in my stream.
And by the way, that's not me saying that all of the people who were or are friends with Shu are inherently, like, evil or bad or whatever. Like, there's nuance to the discussion and stuff, but, like, why people were friends with her or are friends with her, it's not because she's a super cool person. Because if you're friends with her, you're going to have to defend some weird shit, right? And they all have had to eat a significant amount of shite because she puts that out there. But the thing you get back is potentially a huge boost in audience and profile. It's clout, it's money, it's all of these things, you know. Empanada is more unhinged than Zan, but also more charismatic. Is he more charismatic than Zan? Maybe, I guess, but, like, he's definitely way more unhinged. I wouldn't say he's charismatic, though.
3 days ago, when I got
Maybe
back
that's
and I
just
had
me.
COVID, and I was, like, coughing my fucking lungs out the whole time. But I literally, like, defended you because you were getting harassed by Karl Max's community trying to, like, strawman you and call
Karl
you...
Max? Who the fuck is Karl Max? Do we know who this person is? Am I that out of the loop? Because I don't know who this fucking guy is. I don't know.
A true scum and a transphobe. Like, I appreciate what you did for me and what you were willing to do for me with the whole Sasha thing. But, like, I don't feel like having done a nice thing for somebody that you're friends with means that, like, they've earned some kind of, like, buff. Like, whenever you give, like, a bubble shield to somebody as a paladin in WoW, like, I don't feel like that gives them, like, a buff where if they do a really bad thing, the really bad thing
What was the really
mostly
bad
gets
thing that I
absorbed by
did?
the bubble shield. It's not so much that you did a really bad thing, it's more so that you're willing to look past a really bad thing in a way that makes it feel like you endorse it.
I don't endorse
that-
it. I think that she fucked up during the Balenciaga drama.
Do you think she fucked up by pedo-jacketing me and Demon Mama?
Yeah. I don't know what the extent of it is, and when I look into it, it seems like Demon Mama definitely got the short end of the stick, and I don't know how exactly.
Oh, community notes absolutely rinsing Tim Pool. One of his dick riders says, Tim isn't even bald, Lamau. Nice lie, though. 3 words. Tim is bald. And then a link to the picture where it shows that he's bald. The beanie isn't fooling anyone, Tim. We know. We're all very well aware that you have no hair.
Exactly, she explicitly pedo-jacketed you, but I think that she hurt you. It's obvious she did.
Yeah, and she wanted to vindictively, like, a month later after the whole drama happened, she tweeted about how she was making an extra video to try to get me, and the only reason she didn't...
No way. No Justice has the best emotes, man. It's the worst person in the world just made a great point meme. That's... Oh, God, she's good at this. Amazing shit. Amazing.
is because I found out about it because somebody knew what she was doing, knew it was wrong, and leaked it to me. Despite being so close to Shu, they were on her private Twitter.
Wasn't Zan... Hang on, what's this? Wasn't Zan softballing Lauren Southern and the Nazi lady? Well, no, I don't think he was trying to softball her. He interviewed her about her kids' book, which is just straightforward, like, straight white people are awesome indoctrination, right? That's all her book was. And he tried to take her to task about that and interview her about it, having not read it, and so just came across as being just ridiculously stupid and ill-prepared. Embarrassing. Your succulent Chinese meal is pretty epic. That is true. Democracy Manifest is absolute sex. No Justice streaming lessons when? I don't know. She's a media darling now, so we need to let that star shine. Okay? I mean, I actually mean that literally, by the way. I think she will become a media figure, which is fucking dope.
So, yeah, I genuinely think that you being friends with somebody who would like nothing more than to see me destitute, homeless, and my YouTube channel banned, I do think that's pretty fucked up.
I think that you're very selective, especially because, once again, Vosh is still friends with Shu. It doesn't make any
feel like
sense.
I've already...
Yeah, because you wouldn't do this to Vosh.
I literally have. I literally was in his chat when the video that he was making responding to Shu was happening, like, saying,
No, because
I will
they're
burn
still
the bridge
friends,
with Vosh
and you're
if he does
not willing to
respond
burn the
this.
bridge.
No,
There's
wait, I will.
obviously a difference in how you treat me and how you treat Vosh in this situation.
Is the only way to make you happy to, like, burn the bridge with Vosh over him agreeing that what Shu did was wrong and not wanting to platform her? Or, like, normalize her on the left because of it?
Vosh has platformed Shu to a way more significant degree than I ever have. It doesn't make sense that you're holding
Not
me to
since
account.
what she did.
I haven't had her on my stream since February. I reacted to the same video you did.
The whole thing started because you were responding to somebody negatively, referencing what
They
Demon
weren't
Mama,
referencing
or what
it.
happened to me.
I can go back and
They
show
were
you the
referencing
chatter
it,
message,
though.
and the chatter message did not have your name or Demon Mama's name I was talking
You
to
understand? It doesn't have to mention me or her name to be referencing the event. It is very obvious when they say she will pedo jacket you for disagreeing with
It's
her.
not
that the
obvious
instant-
because not everyone knows everything that you know. I don't know all of the stuff that has gone on with you.
Okay. Maybe I'm too woke. Alrighty. I don't know if this conversation's really going anywhere productive, so I guess I'll dip out. Fortnite Lego is really
Really?
good though. If none of you have tried it, I highly recommend. What? I mean,
I'm just disappointed.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Oof.
It does. I don't want to. But like you said before, like where else can this conversation go? But like an ultimatum that I don't want to give. Like I said, I don't want to give ultimatums, and I refuse to do so. Like I'm literally
Like
just
I stick
explaining
my
my
neck
feelings
out
to
for you, and I act like
wanna...
a real friend when you need help, and then you're willing to burn me over this?
How am I burning you? I literally am not burning you. I'm all I'm going to do is respond. Like I planned to do before I came on here today is make a video segment where I explain why I burnt the bridge, explain my feelings. It feels like you were kind of trying to make me sound insane
snake and a dick
crazy.
rider.
Like I said, I felt bad for saying that.
And I know that now, and I don't even think that you do. I think that you feel the same way.
I was emotional. I honestly feel a little bit like how I said that what I said in that tweet. The more that we talk, because it feels like you just want to continue to defend what she did to a degree. It feels like you're defending what she did.
I'm not. She was wrong in that situation, but I don't understand. So you're doubling down. I'm a snake and a dick rider?
If that's how you want to interpret it, I guess.
Oh, bridge burnt, bridge burnt, bridge burnt. Also, he's typing in her chat as well. Hang on, can we bigger that? Can we bigger it? I don't know if you can see. Hang on. Well, there's Xanderhal in her chat, literally telling someone in the chat, "Fuck you." So he's really paying attention, you know. Really paying attention. Love it. Love it. As well as playing Fortnite Lego like a proper adult. Actually, no, that's not fair. You get the idea, though. You fucking magnify.
Listen, I really don't care to dig and burrow here. I know that everybody wants to make me sound like some crazy debate bro who just wants to drama farm. I just wanted to explain how I feel.
Little bit.
I don't want to like drama milk it or whatever. I'll do my
You
segment.
instigated
and I'll
all of
explain.
this. You started by doing this on stream. You could have talked to me privately.
I found out about it on stream and I felt betrayed on stream. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna. I mean, if where can this conversation go?
I think that if you
I'm not here
continue down
to-
this path, you're going to find yourself completely alone, because this isn't fair. Like, if you're willing to
feel like
treat
that's
me when I have done so much to go to bat for you like this, you're not going to find people who are going to be that charitable, especially when they see this bridge burning stuff.
Well, believe me, the friends that I have are pretty happy about how loyal I am to them, and they are just as respectful towards me as I am towards them, and that makes me quite
I am
happy, and that's what I'm
incredibly
used to.
respectful to you. I've gone out of my way to support you. And you're willing to burn the bridge over a chat message that didn't mention you and had nothing to do with you.
I feel like that's an oversimplification.
I can bring it up right now, what the chat message was.
No, I feel like trying to narrow it all down to just responding to a chat message is a pretty big oversimplification.
That is what you said started this in the first place.
I mean, it's what caused this to pop off. I've been under the impression for like the last year that you were as disgusted by what Shuanhead did to me as I was after I told you about it. And after I'd made that tweet because I was emotional and upset, I assumed that like you didn't give a fuck. I felt
Oh god, you're such a bitch. You're such a whiny bitch. Fuck me. Anyway, these are funny. These are always good. Colin in Portsmouth. So it's like a fake call-in thing. It's funny.
Colin is in Portsmouth and he's on the line. Hello, Colin.
I could weep, Anthony. I really could. And my tears are for this country.
What's happened, Colin? What are you mourning?
I imagined something in my own head and it was terrifying. Did you know there's only 7 white British people left in the whole of London? And if they don't breed tonight, then we'll be extinct in 9 months' time.
What, 7? That's an odd number. Who's missing out of the breeding, Colin?
Jim bloody Davidson, as usual. And this extinction, it'll happen to the whole UK if we're not careful. Our
True.
British values are being chemically castrated, and it's...
That's an amazing sentence. Our British values are being chemically castrated. Let's go.
people like you that are holding the scalpel.
The chemical scalpel. What are British values, by the way? I've never quite understood what it is that makes us British.
What are British values? It's
Yeah.
obvious. I mean, where do I even start?
Well, start by giving us one British value, Colin.
I'll give you more than one, mate. I'll give you some.
Okay.
Demonising foreigners.
Yeah.
Breaking international law.
Right.
Changing our own laws to suit nobody except those in power.
Mhm.
Yes.
Eroding faith in our own institutions. Polluting waterways.
Right.
Undermining free press. Criminalising protest. Stabbing allies in the back.
God save our grace. Yeah, you get the idea.
Removing striking rights and underfeeding children. And most importantly, nicking other countries' artefacts and refusing to give them back.
True.
This is what sets this great nation apart, and I'll fight anyone who threatens it, including you.
Well, wouldn't start with me, mate. I've got a chemical scalpel.
Oh, that's typical of the bloody left, mate. It's always resorting to violence. Anyway, mate, I love talking to you. Thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the family.
Oh, and cricket.
Yeah.
I like cricket. You can quote me on that.
Bad because a person in my chat told me that you weren't sober when I first told you about all this, and I was like, maybe she forgot. Like, when I'm drunk or I'm even stoned, I don't remember shit. So I figured, like, okay, maybe I jumped...
Honestly, having listened to some of the debate earlier of the Rwanda safety bill, there are members of the Tory backbenches, and frankly some of the front benches, who are less coherent than Colin in Portsmouth. There genuinely are some of them that are just so fucking whack. It's untrue. I'll see if I can find a couple of clips because they were just belters.
Gun. I DM'd you. I'll actually read the DMs out because they're just from me. This is from 12:06,
I feel like the
2023
responsible
at
thing would
3:45
have
PM.
been to just not react in the moment like you did. Like, you got this
I-
you got bad information from a chatter, and then you derailed your whole stream to turn it.
It wasn't bad information, but I think maybe
It
I'm
was bad
too
information. Like, I
sensitive.
can go back to the DM right now and read off what the chatter said to you.
Is it alright if first I read the messages that I'd sent you after my stream? Or during my stream and after?
Why do you want to make this? I don't think you.
This was a nice one. Hang on 1 second.
I'll say it again. Doncaster is full.
Doncaster
I often
is
get
full.
challenged, Like, just opposite. Like, I often get...
Doncaster is full. Yeah, it's full of Hamas. Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, we know.
Have friends, Anne.
I've got plenty of friends. So
The fact that you're
can I
willing
go
to
ahead and-
immediately go into drama content about this with
I literally just said I'm not doing drama okay, is it alright if I just read the messages that I sent to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like during an okay. So this is what I messaged you during the stream to try to see if like we could have a conversation either on or off. Just either way, I'd prefer to do it in voice because I'm not good at typing. I messaged you. Shu called me in DM pedo creeps after we called her out for saying Balenciaga was doing weird groomer shit. She was also retweeting Nazis saying gay groomer shit, and she just married an actual Nazi. Oh yeah, I forgot that little detail. I thought I told you all this a while ago, when I almost burned the bridge with you over the same thing. I was under the impression you weren't friendly with her anymore after that. But she literally wants to see me burn, so like, how can I be comfortable with you being friends with her after I told you that? I jumped to burning the bridge immediately because the only way it could be worked out is if I give you an ultimatum to stop being friends with her, and you do. But I hate doing that, and I don't want to. If you'd like to talk about it privately, I'll be free. This is at 12. This is the same day, but at 5 after I'd finished stream. Like, I was done with stream. This is days ago. If you'd like to talk about it privately, I'll be free tonight.
So this is amazing. This is Sir Edward Lee.
I hear that we should speed up asylum applications, all very well, but the more you speed them up, the more people will come. I hear that we should do more on the beaches of France. I understand that. I don't know.
So his answer to the backlog of migrants is to not speed up the process. What, so there'll be fewer migrants if we just never process them? Think about that through, Edward, just for a second in your fucking addled brain. The stripped gears of your mind. Think if you can. How is not processing them going to help with the massive backlog that we currently have? You absolute lunatic. Also, yeah, that is literally a slice of gammon in a suit. Oh, well, you joke, Fogel, about they just want them all to unalive. Literally true in the case of one particularly unfortunate character. We've talked about the Bibby Stockholm, the ship that they're holding people on. Hang on, where are we? What happened to that? Ah, here we go. Boom. The ship, basically the floating concentration camp that they've got. Asylum seeker dies on board. That's what they want. That's what a concentration camp is for. It's to literally concentrate, to bring them all into one area, hive them off from the rest of society, and then allow either disease or suicide or just, maltreatment to take care of them, shall we say, to process their applications. This is a government murder that took place on that boat. The government murdered that person. They're evil. They're very evil.
But I'm really hurt finding out you're friends with someone who had countless death threats and pedo claims thrown my way. And you never responded to those messages, and after that you sent me the thing to join this call. And I was really surprised that you made a stream that was going to be, about me, because I was like, wait, I thought we were going to work it out in private. I'd hoped we were, but, I mean...
Well, when you immediately went to posting...
Yes, thank you, Wayward. There's the RNLI, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, who are the people who save the people in the small boats from drowning to death. The link there to give generously if you're able to. They do amazing work. And it annoys Nigel Farage. So, even if you don't want to do it for a good reason, do it for spite. Nigel Farage thinks they are big chungers who vented in electrical, whereas actually they're extremely pog.
On Twitter and tagging Demon Mama, it was very evident that you wanted to escalate this into public drama, and you were trying to make it so other people got involved and put pressure on me. If you wanted to work it out in private, you could have kept it private, but you made it public. You started off by addressing this to your audience in a public forum.
Yeah, no, I definitely agreed to that to some extent. I was emotional and angry because I felt betrayed by a friend.
And
I don't feel like that's immoral, especially not when the thing that I feel betrayed about is as heinous as, pedo-jacketing someone because...
It is appalling, Big Beelzebub, that a charity has to do that, yes. Yeah. We could easily have Royal Navy ships do that. They could do that work, but they won't. They just won't.
Because they called you out for playing into the pedo-jacketing of trans people by the Nazi oomphies she had, and the popularizing of a conspiracy
Nazi
theory
oomphies is a weird
heavily
phrase.
Blew up the whole gay groomer thing, even more so than it already was. I feel like, I don't know. I maybe I am too emotional of a person.
Yes.
Don't feel like it's abusive or wrong to cut somebody out of your life if you feel like if you don't feel comfortable with them anymore. I really don't like the idea of telling people that it's like you're not going to have any friends and you're going to be lonely if you have boundaries or standards or like whatever. I think that's a dangerous idea. I think more people need to be willing to just say, you know what, this person maybe isn't best to associate with and I should cut them out of my life.
In what way did I associate with Shu that made you uncomfortable?
Mostly the positive defense of her. Even if you were privately friends with her and you just completely kept it on the down low, I would feel a lot more comfortable with that because it would imply that while you're not willing to, I don't expect you to like go to war against her, right? I don't expect Fosh to go to war against her. The least I expect, or like the most I expect, the least, I don't know. The least I expect is like at the very least, not to make a habit out of defending her to make her sound good to the shared audience that we have here in this space. Thought Slime and Shu were both wrong.
How was Shu wrong in the arguments against Thought Slime?
So Shuonhead has a tendency to essentially go full pick-me mode with the whole like, yes, the left doesn't speak to men thing. The left does have a problem when it comes to acknowledging the reasons why men are in the position that they are. Like, there's this whole discussion about straight white men, why they feel the way they do. I've talked about it a fair amount. Shuonhead's talking about it really strikes me the wrong way. My analysis of the situation, as a straight white man myself, is that I think that for a lot of people, there's a lot of feelings, like for a lot of these straight white dudes she's referring to, there's a lot of feelings that while they themselves are valid, whether they be from negative experiences in the dating world, negative experiences working and going to school, that have led to this sort of disconnection and lack of participation in society. And I've noticed that when it comes to lefties, there's this desire...
I love being told by, I mean, honestly, pointless white guys like Xanderhal what I, as a leftist, need to do. 100%, yeah. Definitely got a big, a big idea going on here, haven't you, Xander? Really a lot to add to the conversation. Shut the fuck up.
Desire to discredit the feelings these dudes have as like completely unfounded. As like, oh, they don't like the fact that
it's 95% unfounded, yes. Yeah. Like, yeah, a white man can feel bad. Don't get me wrong, that's undoubtedly true. But they're not systemically oppressed. That's not the same fucking thing, is it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is such a pointless conversation.
they feel that way makes them a bad person. That is what they're doing wrong, is that they allow themselves to be upset about the problems that they have, which, you know, are framed as not being real problems.
So could
While
you give
what
me,
people
like, a
on the right do,
specific
and
example?
Shuonhead does, that's what I'm doing right here, on what people on the left and what Shuonhead does and did in that video, is they get it right in that they understand the feelings that these people have are valid, but they extrapolate it to say,
pandering nonsense.
Here are the problems that are causing it. And Shuonhead has a tendency to, so for example,
Talk
she
shit.
is in favor of banning porn.
Right, but that was not
recently...
related at all to the video I was reacting to. You're
Shuonhead is in favour of banning porn. Oh my god, she's even more fashion than I thought.
talking in generalizations.
Holy fuck.
Okay, I don't know if, like, you think that once someone makes a video that, like, separates all of their values from what they talk about in the video, but I feel like we're talking about a person here and not the video itself, right?
It just also sounds
Or are we
like
just
bad,
talking about the video?
bad commentary. Like, if Hitler made a video about how good it is to drink water, and would you just, like, react to it and the entire time you're like, well, he's right, but he sucks every single time?
Shuonhead
Like,
is
you can't say
wrong
it once, and then it's a given for the rest of the video?
Honestly, I don't think that's the kind of content Hitler would do. If I'm entirely honest, I don't think that's the way he'd go with it. I think he'd probably start off doing, like, speed runs of, like, Mario games or something, and then subtly start adding in stuff about the Jews. Is what I reckon he'd do. It's what every other right wing cunt does.
Shu and Thought Slime are wrong for different reasons on different parts of the issue, is the point that I'm making. Thought Slime and many other people on the left, and this is the criticism that Shu had right in that video, are very willing to discredit the emotions and feelings of the demographic group, the straight white
Yeah,
Gen Z men or
PewDiePie
whatever,
style, yeah.
that the conversation was about. While the problem with Shu on Head is that she is...
Think of the spicy gamer moments that Hitler would have had. Ooh. Cray.
Is willing to attribute these things to societal changes that are heavily conservative based. She blames porn for a lot of this shit. She is in favor of the bans on porn that make it so you have to give your ID in order to access online internet porn. She's also an anti-vaxxer.
Well, that's not banning. Putting an age gate on something is not banning, is it? It's age restricting, sure, but adults can still get hold of that. So is she in favour of banning porn or age restricting it strictly to 18? Because we all know that it's technically 18 right now, but that, you know, a 10-year-old can get on and either use a VPN or just click, yeah, I'm 18, and no one checks or whatever. So is she just like what? I don't know her position, because honestly I don't give a fuck, to be honest, but for the purposes of this conversation, it would be interesting to know whether she wants to ban pornography or put like an age restriction thing on it. Which I go back and forth on. Like, I like the idea of being able to age restrict, like age restrict stuff, but I don't know that it's really possible. From people who seem to understand these things, they always say like, well, you basically can't. Not in all cases or whatever. Like, if you've got like parental guards and stuff, like there are things you can do, but there are some kids who'll get around it or whatever. Which, yeah, the internet seems to be kind of that way, really.
I could go on,
right?
But, like,
but
you just scaremonger. Yeah, she probably is just scaremongering. Shoe on Head. That's boilerplate right wing nonsense. Yeah.
Talk
my
to you
point
about
overall,
the video. I wasn't reacting to the entirety of Shu's positions, and I've publicly and privately disagreed with many of her positions. I don't understand the characterization of me being a dick rider.
And a snake.
Well, if you disagree
don't forget
with,
the
like,
snake.
If you disagree with somebody's like ideology at large, but they make a point that you do agree with, is it completely off limits to agree with that person in that particular instance?
I don't think so, but that's not really what the conversation is about. Not Keffals. Shu, the reason why I was upset at Keffals wasn't because she was agreeing with something that Shu said. I've agreed with things that Shu said. I did it in this call just now. My issue with what Keffals did was the fact that she was, from my perspective, blowing up at a chatter that was referencing, from my perspective...
Yeah, that's a fair question,
what
Rohak.
Shu on Head did.
Yeah, we're filtering all of this through Xanderhal, who's we know is kind of full of shit, so... Yeah, I don't know.
To me and DM.
Although I don't want to give any good faith to Shu either, really. It wouldn't surprise... Like, she's fashy enough that if she came out and said, oh, you know, all porn should be banned, it's degenerate and it's killing Western society, that wouldn't... That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, yeah. Stuff is already age-gated. What they want is for you to have zero anonymity on the internet and basically scan your government ID in order to access age-gated stuff. Well, that's unbelievably authoritarian, isn't it? To have your government ID scanned. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm okay with that. No, that's not cool. Is this from the people who call themselves libertarians, by the way? Lol.
And was discrediting it, saying, that's not the kind of thing she does. You
fair
totally
enough, Fogel.
That's what it
chatter wasn't referencing either of you. I'm going to bring it up just for clarity's sake, because this is not good faith. You know it isn't referencing you. Because...
Okay.
Yes, this... Okay, right here.
Yes, Shadowmar, it's so not worth the effort. Literally, Dylan Burns popped in earlier. I don't know if you were around for that. But Dylan Burns popped in and said, literally just said, who is in the right on this? I don't want to bother researching it. Yeah, that's fair enough. I get that. Yeah, fair enough.
So, the chatter said, genuinely sad to see another leftist community defend Shu. She's going to call Keffals a pedophile the second she disagrees with her. That doesn't mention either you or Demon Mama. There is no way for
literally what she did once. Like, I disagreed.
Right.
We had disagreed with Shu.
The
and
message
then
doesn't
she
mention
pedojacketed
either
us.
of you. How am I supposed to know exactly what you're thinking and how you
Who else has she done that?
This is what I mean. Xanderhal has yet to, like, show that she actually pedojacketed him. She's pedojacketed loads of people and loads of groups of people, like, overarchingly. And she's played into this, like, gay, trans, groomer bullshit that the right do, right? But I don't see that she's specifically done it to him that I've seen from any of the screenshots. So if you can't provide evidence of it, what are we supposed to do? Just assume she did? Take it as unread that she did? No, that's not. I don't think that's fair.
Two that you are aware of, Keffals. I mean,
if you can't show it, you don't know it.
She's done it to a lot of people, to be
So
fair.
because I don't
have
have all of the knowledge and I don't interpret something immediately how you interpret something, I'm at wrong?
Okay. Do you just want me to say that I was wrong and just, like, leave and we continue being friends? Is that, like, the point here? Like, I was wrong for feeling betrayed and, like, I should just... I should be okay with it? Like, yeah, nah, Kevin, it's all good. Yeah, no, hey, yeah, you're friends with Seanhead and she wants to, like, completely, like, destroy me. Come on over to my house. Yeah, no, you can come have movie night with me and my friends. Absolutely. No, I totally trust you. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Are you a fucking 12-year-old girl? Or boy, it doesn't really matter. Like, how much of a whiny bitch are you? Oh, what am I supposed to say? Sure, you can come over. You can come over to my place and have Dorito chips, and we'll watch a movie together. Like, oh, fucking hell, man. Are you an adult? Because you don't talk like it. Oh God, he's just insufferable.
It feels. If you're sincere and you want to apologize, I'll accept it. But at this point, I feel like I would be walking on eggshells around you, and you'd be willing to burn the bridge over something I can't even comprehend what it would be.
yeah, like, that's... My overall point is, like, for me, it feels like there's not even a point to an ultimatum, because I don't... Like, this is, like, what it feels like to me. There are 3 timelines that we can follow. There's the timeline where I just burn the bridge. Maybe I say, like, I get a little emotional and I make a mean tweet. But, like, we just kind of, like, say, fuck it, and it's over. We're not friends anymore, and we leave it at that, right? We never interact again, and that's the end of it. There's the timeline where, like, I just grit my teeth and bear it and say, okay, Keffals, alright, you're correct. I was over-emotional. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Yep, it's fine if you're friends with Shu and you're cool with her and everything. That's fine with me. And I just go on, like, being friends with you, but I'm, like, secretly just, like, never trusting of you, and I'm always a little bit resentful. Or there's, like, the 3rd timeline, which is where, like, I give you this, like, abuser ultimatum, where it's like, you have to be friends with me, or you have to be friends with Shu.
You already gave me that ultimatum.
Like, I don't want to do, like, either of those, but I'd rather go with the one where it's just like, all right, we drop it and we never speak again.
You made the ultimatum, except you did it in a way where you took...
It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. He's literally just like, oh, you're friends with someone that I don't like, and therefore I'm going to have to run away and cry, or whatever. By the way, there's nothing wrong with men crying, but, like, this is not an appropriate thing, I think, to cry about, really. Although it's not on the same level as Jordan Peterson crying about the movie Frozen and it being the downfall of Western civilization. But it's still like some petty high school drama nonsense. Like, it is. It's main character syndrome. Yeah.
Took the choice from me, and then you made the choice and said, look what you made me do. I did this because of you, which is no better than just giving someone an ultimatum.
Okay. I mean, if that's how you want to interpret it,
Am I wrong?
I suppose. I think that you're wrong, but I'm literally just. I feel. I'm sorry for being too sensitive, I guess.
I accept your apology.
Alrighty. Well, have a good stream. And all that good stuff.
After all that, you apologised anyway.
Your
fucking
chat
hell.
seems to be very convinced that I'm awful. It's really
That's
sad
fair,
to see
cool.
that like people on the left are really that like willing to just jump onto like right wing like, oh, you're sensitive, pathetic SJW shit.
You kept
But,
calling yourself sensitive. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. You
What?
did that, yeah.
I mean, like you were literally implying that I was being overly sensitive for taking issue with it. Whatever. Listen, have a good stream. Say what you want about me. I don't really care. Have a good one, okay?
All right. Take care. Well, so that was that. Hey, Tipster, you still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your take?
I had hoped that that would turn out different, honestly.
This is why
had
I
hoped
didn't
it
want to
was
have
just
the
like-
conversation.
I don't think that conversation needed to happen, but I'm glad we watched it. Just so it's out of the fucking way. Ooh, woo. Okay, I'm done. I'm done for the night. This is painful and shit. Oh, Werewolves of London. I don't know why I said Werewolves of London then. Xanderhal's a bitch. Keffals probably shouldn't be friends with Shu. That's literally that's it. Brain cancer. True. Just absolute fucking brain worms, brain cancer-y brain cancer. 8 minutes of Brass Eye as aftercare. I'm not sure that we can play 8 minutes of Brass Eye, because I think that would be copyright material. The BBC does not fuck around with that shit. So I don't think we will. But what I'll do is I'll find someone to boot you over to on Twitch.tv. Maybe I'll find you a booby streamer. Or not, whatever. We'll go over to Tina too. We haven't been over to Tina in quite some time, so we'll do that. I think, yeah. Go and check out Tina. Oh no! Here we go. You should hit the follow button. I am about to finish, but you should also hit the follow button. Just as you're a first-time chatterino, you can do that. I believe in you. Tina's good people, so go and check them out. Yes, so I'll be back tomorrow, probably with Christy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Victory is ours.
Thank you. Oh no, here we go. Much love. Anyway, yes, I'll be back tomorrow with, I think, Christy. We'll probably be taking a look at the Tucker Carlson bit with Coach Red Pill in it. It's so odd that up until recently, Tucker Carlson had the biggest news show in the world, and now he's doing bits focused on a person who regularly jumps into both Christy and my DMs to talk shite, right-wing conspiracy shite for no reason, and then disappears again. So, yeah, how the mighty have fallen, I guess. So we'll probably take a look at that and have a laugh, because it's fucking mental, obviously. So join me then. Join me and Christy then. Yeah. Stay the beautiful people you are. Thank you all for listening and watching.